So
a lot of big changes.
They look super strong, and I think that at a tournament like this, that's not the major with the most pressure.
Yeah.
They can actually just show how good they were, and I think, you know, if they had been able to step over that mental hurdle in just 1 or 2 rounds at the major, they could have cracked top 8. They could have been the surprise of the event. So I think Liquid are definitely in for a tough match.
And just to answer James's question, I think for as long as Nafly dons that jersey, I'm going to be a Liquid fan.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it going for as long as Naf does.
I'm down with that.
Just as an organization as well. I like that, you know, again, on paper, all the moves have always made sense. Just waiting for it to lift the curse. But here we go into the fast A play. Very fast A play. 3 players dead. Alicia's got himself the double. And while Kaspersky brings it back with 1, we've got a 4v2 cleared from the top of hut. And so Kaspersky suddenly found in a clutch out of the pistol. You know, Desk said, obviously, Nuke, great map for NiP because of Snappi having so many different options within it, right? That's something that I think we'll be anticipating, all the different looks that he can bring to the table for this. He tries to keep it fast. Classic Snappi out of the gate with the A-rush, and doesn't go as well as they would have liked.
So we know next round will be a little bit faster. That's what we got out of Snappy's calling.
Them's the rules.
The thing is, even if you know it's coming, it can be hard to stop. So we'll see. Yeah, Kaspersky was one who, he's blossoming. Right before our eyes, he's just had like such a crazy come up and so impressive as a young player.
Tries to burst into the A site, brings 1 with him, but that's all she wrote. So 1
nice
in
round.
the 4.
Nice hold from Mirage in the back of the site. Everything super solid on the start. But yeah, when we go back to Budapest, I think Liquid struggled and then lost. NiP played amazing, then choked. It's definitely 2 different stories, even if both their overall results were not up to their own expectations. So, you know, when you get the interviews from Shuhei, I think if it was up to him, he wouldn't be doing interviews right now. He'd more just want to like show what progress they've made and just see if they're even going to play as well as they maybe did when they were practicing, or, you know, what would he have said about Budapest? I feel like Liquid are the kind of team right now that they're probably playing way better in no pressure circumstances, and then in their live matches, it's just all falling apart. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from the roster. But here are 2 lineups that, over the last few years, it doesn't matter who they seem to pick up. They cannot play to the level of expectations. And the expectations, sadly, have come down and down and down, and they still can't meet that level, unfortunately.
Yep.
And Liquid's best days with their previous iterations were, you know, in the summer when they played so close to taking out Vitality out of a couple of matches, then lost that, and then never got another big win. All potential, no actual rubber meeting the road, so they're looking to a new year to see if that can all change.
Oh, you said it would be faster, and you weren't wrong. Mac 10 into the hard entry. Gets away from Kaspersky. So 3 kills come out for Team Liquid on this A floor, and everybody rotating into the bomb sites enough to clean it up. But you were correct. Snappi says go faster. Mac 10 entry looked good for the promising top hut kill, but
what if you timed it up that it was literally like a second faster, how they got out of there? And it's Snappi, so the 3rd round could be even faster.
I'm ready for it. Question is, our Liquid?
It's funny because these days you see Nuke and you see a lot of outside defaults, and sometimes you never see an upper hit, almost at all. But now you already know from NiP that this is just going to be a part of the game plan here on T side. They've got nothing to work with right now.
It was fast to take over top main at least. But having found this position, they're going to pause a second. We've got Desert Eagles on the field to try to work with for Ninjas in Pajamas. Snappy's going to find himself off to the 0-3 start in the hands of a Liege.
A lot of teams so far at the Bounty, and it's because it's day 1 matches and whatever, have been playing super slow. I mean, very, very big contrast. And I think it's, again, because it's first officials for a lot of guys.
Just trying to figure out where things settle as we get back into the season, into the groove of things. I think it also makes sense to see if your opponent at the start of a season is going to start going for these big aggressive moves as well. You know, sometimes a team like NiP, right, from probably trying to come up with new stuff, been kind of chomping at the bits to get back to their Budapest success. And so I wouldn't be surprised if versus a team like Ninjas, all of a sudden you're getting hit by this aggressive Counter-Strike. It makes a lot of sense to just kind of lean back, try to play it slower.
Yeah.
The only problem is when the opponent also wants to see what you're up to. We get those slower halves like we did yesterday. Nobody's
looking at anything, yeah.
But in this case, props to Ninjas in Pajamas. They do as we anticipate. They play it quick in the first 3, and now we find them first gun round in round 4 of play with Liquid's 3-0 lead.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Ooh.
Very nice pickoff for Ultimate.
Sat right over the box. Snappi brings it back, though. Gets revenge. Oh, it's Wrinkle from the top of Silo with a beautiful headshot onto Ultimate. So man advantage NiP all by way of pressure outside.
That was nice. Nice pairing of kills. Really counters all of the momentum that was just briefly built up there by Ultimate's shot.
Naf, though, blindsiding one from Credit Card. Snappi trying to work around the garage. We go back even.
Yeah.
Another player spotted by Redbox, tagged down low, and Naf gets the better of that exchange, still sitting on 70 himself.
My
But
goodness.
the hot walkout, that's what Shuhei's not ready for. Kaspersky just takes timing into the A floor, and now that bomb's able to cycle back around through lobby to put it down into the post plant.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
That's the one.
Was not nervous about that, but he didn't have a teammate up in heaven, no one on the back of the site either to watch hut for him, so small risk. Of course, it's Counter-Strike. 1 second before that with the gun out, he could have had a chance.
Rough, though, because that felt like a 3v3 that was still kind of work out into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like there was any real openings, like nothing surefire, and it just boils down to the Kaspersky hut walkout.
Also, there's only one spotted outside, so you would want to be nervous about other positions, but I think he was just trying to smoke Squeaky, which would have just been a, you know, nice neutral move to kill some time and delay. But just like that, NiP on the board.
And just like that, I think another good example of Kaspersky, who at times really plays Counter-Strike with no fear in his heart.
Oh, man.
You know, if he decides that it's time to do something, he's
someone who
going
will
to jump on that
mistrain.
timing. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, man. That
clips he
headshot
got.
clip from E-Box.
Crazy. Yeah, that one goes
Low-key,
underrated.
one of the highlights of last year. Had to be one of the top 10 rounds of last year.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, had to be. No, Kaspersky's got what it takes.
I think Train was actually really good for a few of those moments. You know, there was that, I think it was the Maka AK taps as well. You know, it's that real long-range engagement of Train on either bomb site with so many openings. You know, it really, if you're in the center of it, you're kind of just playing aimbots as a turret. Damn.
Historically, we've got some of our best clutches ever.
I miss it already. Little pressure into the hut with the utility. That's going to flush 2 players outwards. One right into Shuhei. He gets the better of Shush, but Karen's got the entry. Right back, good trade. And now Naf decides to get aggressive into the ramp room. Pushes through Trophy. Karen with a second. And so man advantage off that one. NiP kills just come to them.
Big time. That one's so key. Unfortunately, Naf just barely missed the timing on a shoulder spot, but with him going down, it's going to be the CTs in disarray, wandering. Not sure these spots will be, you know, adequate to really defend against anything in particular, but Alige, he's got that 2K potential. See if the support comes down. It's not a silent drop for him either, so they know he's here.
It's a solo hut walkout, 3 players outdoor, open floor, first falls. Snappy's got the trade around the side of it, and NertZ only able to get one as well. So good trade fragging out of NiP using that 4v3 advantage down to the 2v1 post plant. Karen has done his work this round already with that double, and Wrinkle inside of the hut as Ultimate tries to play timing out through vent. He'll be given a little room to work with as the smoke just billows by him. Gives away his position, but also clears out opposite vent. Just feels like he's looking for the exit. Got close, didn't catch anybody off guard, didn't find the kill. If he goes into the 1v1, then maybe, but instead he's just gonna hear this stomping exit move towards main and not do anything about it. So, Ultimate the sole survivor with that op as Ninjas in Pajamas again work the body on that A site, take their time with it, regroup back up and use the numbers advantage. And it's a nice early highlight here for Karen in the NiP jersey to say, here's his round of impact.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, the awareness is what we're watching. And I mean, the way they walked out, like the mid round here for Liquid, it's like, what were their odds of defending on either site specifically? It's hard to say. They kind of just split the difference. They really wanted to get info back, and that's why Ninja's not going for an exact. But with 3 players, they weren't going to. They were going to go for some kind of walkout. So didn't get the 2K from Elige. That's pretty much the only way that would have been viable.
Fast rush, playing with the tempo to bully. Just trying to get by the op, but it's the pistols they should have been worried about. Ultimately gives one away behind the red box, and so this still ends up NiP, but a fast burst of frags.
Has a little bit unlikely, I think. Ultimate's like, why is there someone? This is clearly an upper rush. Why is someone coming outside this late? Unfortunate for him.
NiP stay true to their identity with a fast upper hit again.
I think Ninjas they're focused. They've got a chip on their shoulder from Budapest, and yeah, the crazy part was we really saw them peaking at Budapest in terms of their gameplay. Like they looked so good. There wasn't even like the thought that they were going to come into the major and really surprise. The surprise was that they played so well and still lost. So,
I mean, they just unfortunately couldn't win in overtime if their lives depended on it.
No overtime wins.
All of them, just losses. And it got to the point in the major where you're like, you know, they still have 2 best-of-3 opportunities, and you just think to yourself, well, if any of these games go to overtime, they're going to lose. And guess what? They did every single time. And it's like, at that point, you know it is just some kind of mental barrier. All the players will talk about it at some point in their careers.
For sure.
And getting over that hurdle, like I think you said it best at the start of this, it really only happens when the pressure's at its highest. And that's what majors are. They're pressure cookers for teams that want to break through into new echelons, new tiers of Counter-Strike.
And obviously getting, you know, the in-game trophy and the stickers and all that stuff is cool.
Everything.
Hold on. This one's fast, actually.
And it's going to be Karen dropped by NertZ. So a 5v4 here for Liquid. One of the better openings for these rounds. Snappi's going to vent dive loudly with bomb, though, and it gets caught. Elige coming back from the secret stairs fast enough to halt Snappi in his tracks and extend that man advantage.
Very awkward spot for this bomb, and now it doesn't seem to matter at all. 2-on-5 with the bomb and lower. This might be a long save.
Still taking a quick look at the recovery, almost catching Naf in an awkward place on ramp, but he gets downstairs. He'll throw himself on top of that bomb as well.
I was going to say that it's even, you know, the stickers and the in-game trophy are obviously amazing, the prize pool, the prestige and all that, but also it's when you lose at the major, that's the only time of year you're going to sit with that loss for a month. And the nature in which they lost and the way that you could precipitate it after their first overtime loss like you're talking about. So I think we casted that and we're like, oh, that was suspiciously nervous looking, and then they did it over and over again. That's a lot of time to rest with that, and hopefully that's something that they've been able to overcome.
Yeah, imagine being at home, sitting across the Christmas dinner table from Grandma, and she goes, "So how's the gaming work, honey?"
Yeah.
And you say, "Well, Grandma, I'm choking Nuke." You know, there's lead in the water.
And you're just sitting there thinking, Grandma, I'm a choker.
Grandma, I'm a choker.
That's all I can think.
Yeah, microplastics, the least of my worries, Mama.
Nan getting roasted for no reason.
Well, you know, sweet lady, but... So luckily for Ninjas, they're past that.
Yeah.
New season, hot start. Shut down this time. You know, we get a lot of different boot camp looks. I'm surprised to see Ninjas in pajamas playing in what feels like feels like they're in an art room, like a.
It's the mail room.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a metaphor for, you know, where they're at right now and how they have to climb to the top.
Right.
Together, but
trying
earning
to send it.
Yeah.
And they will into the A side again, flooding through the fire. I mean, maybe becoming a bit predictable, but adamant. We'll give them that. Trying this upper hit again in the first 10 seconds of the round. xKacpersky gets dueled by Elige. And that's half of Elige gone, but 3/5 of NiP on the ground already. Wrinkle to bring that back with one. And so now suddenly this 2 versus 4 turned into a 2 versus 3. I mean, more than a minute on the clock. Plenty of time for them to finish this one off.
I mean, yeah, they've had some good successes here, Liquid, on stopping the upper rushes, getting the first kill here and there. And this is another solid spot. Money's gone for NiP if they don't pick up this round. Now, at the moment, it's 3 on the upper side of this map, but whoa, they don't have any rotation. No one by vent. They're actually slow to vent. That means their fastest is ramp, and they haven't cleared it out. Connor, this is a situation where it's like, Nuke, you can get downstairs fast, but they can't even really do that right now.
Still enough pieces of utility as well to kind of give you enough confidence.
Why are they full-on retaking lower like this?
And NiP achieving enough in that first burst onto A to give themselves odds now. Shuhei working with the only kit as well of these 3. Keep an eye on that one as he's currently inside of the vent, coupled alongside Ultimate. But if this boils down to NAF having to win out, there's a world where he never gets that defuse kit. Great flashbangs to clear out the double door side of things. Shush finding NAF first, has the cover, but just tiptoes back slightly too far. And Ultimate's gonna skim that shot into the back of the bomb site. So Liquid will finish this off despite the best efforts of the 2v4, 5-3. The CT lead.
The only thing I get concerned about is not the time to get there. It's like not having info at all on where people could be, and then coming into clear vent, and then coming into clear control side. But the layered flashes they threw there on control were awesome. They obviously a perfect dodge on the first one, but no way to dodge the second. No way to know it's coming. So a good round at the beginning, and a good close as well. And now it's a 2-round gap.
Still a buy, though, for the Ninjas off of that bomb plant. Comes through with some limitations,
it's
but
rickety.
They remain confident that they can break through this upper hit. Again, they're going to emphasize Hut. 3 players inside it, waiting for the fire to burn. Beautiful shot from Shuhei. Sends Karen back down to the ground.
Was it their own molly that stopped them from getting out of Hut right there?
Right?
Yeah, because all of their flashes seemed to be for nothing because they couldn't actually exit.
Boils down to 2 smoke grenades at this point. Snappi is going to get cleaned up through that smoke as well. So this force buy in round 9 really not netting the Ninjas what they'd hoped for.
Not even a kill yet.
Thing is, too, you know, Cash would have been all right for Liquid. This isn't one of those ones where it's like, ooh, if we break them with this victory right here, right now, they're in tatters. So it felt like a pretty big gamble from Ninjas, in my opinion. And now that gets totally shut down. So the gamble obviously made it look all the more flawed. 1 versus 5 here for Wrinkle, gets denied after his 1, so 6-3 lead and 4 survivors.
I'd love to know if it was their own Hut molly, because, you know, sometimes you have to molly the left side of the Hut, just because if people are going to sit on the top of the door, then you have that covered. But if it was too far, they didn't want to run through this. This is what they were stopped in front of, and it looks like it's their own Hut molly.
Gotta be, it just spread off the side of the Hut.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you got to take the 6 damage, and also, because you threw like $1,000 worth of flashes.
It's one of those ones, too, where it's like, if the whole molly missed and you had to get through the entire thing, I get it. But that was
only
like
a little fire.
Smallest little tiny.
It's a tiny little fire.
It's like a, you know, it's a Tiger 2.
That's not even setting off a smoke alarm, I don't think.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Kaspersky, that was a Tech 9 kill from top silo.
I think 2 of them got a headshot right there.
Okay. Just competing as to who can get the kill. That throws a wrench into the works for a second. Shush ends up catching one as well with his coming out through Squeaky, somehow finding Shuhei. Oh boy. Shush actually gets the upgrade. That gets denied immediately here. NertZ controlling the scene. As the leash falls back, NertZ gonna swap out rifles, drop the vent, and then come immediately back up. Snappi sitting on the angle, caught off by that movement here from NertZ. And he will continue to keep this round in the hands of Liquid. Got sketchy for a second. That was a genuine 5 versus 3 with a rifle picked up, but NertZ on cleanup duty recovers it all.
It's all the heavy-hitting riflers left over, I guess, for Liquid, and it's nice to see them shining. Because that's, again, always the thing. You look at the lineup on paper, and in your head, if you haven't watched any matches, you go, well, this is a really, really strong team. But they'd never been able to all fire off at the same time. NertZ is having a great game. The first timeout's going to be called here, because it's starting to now get a little... It was looking confident, but now it's getting a little sloppy, a little messy from Ninjas. Oh, just... Whoa.
What was a tap from the back?
Karen got the...
Top side. You got the assist.
Yeah,
you
got the
hit it as well.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a body shot and then the headshot comes off main or something, but I preferred the world where the headshot came from silo.
Same.
Guns back in the hands of Ninjas. We've got 2 rounds left on this T side. First gun round bode well for Ninjas. They break through with the 3 consecutive, but nice to see Liquid have an answer tonight. And now Ultimate sitting on a deep lobby angle. Will react to Wrinkle. Looked like it was going to get away for a second, but on the fallback kills Kaspersky as well. Opper is going to net them a 5v3 advantage here in round 11. Lovely start for Liquid once more.
Yeah, it's full control. It's a good amount of grenades and time left over, but that's just about it. Tiny bit of map control, but Karn gets spotted, and they have 2 guys out here waiting. He's not really lurking on anybody at the moment. He's kind of getting hunted down himself. They're going to try to make it a lower play, or they're going to go back up to Squeaky. They're still making some decisions. The lurk's going to come up through ramp. 20 seconds. I mean, he's... Wait, they're going ramp now?
Just want to try to get the bomb down. Want to find Napfly, but yeah, he's stuck into this corner. Let's scratch that one out the playbook.
Yeah. You know, maybe with an extra minute, they had something going.
Just wanted their B player to be a part of clearing out ramp for the bomb to get down, but ultimately just ends up feeding more kills.
It could have been and there's something there, but again, they had to run, so it's like, oh, now this whole...
Yeah, when you're... when he lurks up from B, we've seen that go very well for attackers. When he's running the entire time versus a guy like Naf who's happy to just crouch in the corner and wait things out. So second timeout used here for NiP in order to calculate the final round of the half. Again, we know that they have a very capable Nuke, but they're currently trailing Liquid by 5 rounds on this T side.
Just another game at the Bounty that it's not what I expected.
Nothing's guaranteed around.
So I just wish something was.
No 3D Max, no Na'Vi.
As Vitality were guaranteed, that's about it.
Yeah. No 3D Max, no Na'Vi, no FaZe Clan. All victims of the first stage here. Smoke spam. It's going to take Shush down by 1/3 of his health. NertZ has been a real monster for Team Liquid playing main. Between the A side or outer as needed, which has really been the focus point of NiP's attack so far, so no surprise to see him in the action. When Alicia's 11-5 as the outer yard player, you just know that NiP have been hitting a bit of a brick wall between these two. But right now, as NertZ goes down the ladder, that's exactly when Kaspersky tries to jump through main. Alish picks it up, and Shuhei does his part of the responsibility by holding off Hut side. It gets NertZ back into play. As Squeaky's smoked, he's able to hold on to his own. Wrinkle jumping around inside of the hut, and Snappi is the one to make the difference now. Naf's gonna tiptoe in, held by Squeaky, but he deals with that. Confirms the last player and kills him himself. Nafly with the closing 2 frags as it's Team Liquid's 9-3 CT half secured.
$15 to the clock. It's another close call coming out of Furia in round 11. Op finds the pit kill. Somebody's got to clear Brolin out of this corner. And here comes Xerxin sprinting in through the Moto smoke to send the curveball through.
He can plant.
Again.
He can plant.
Again. Just enough time. 1v3 queued up for Molodoy. Him versus Torzi. And he looks the wrong direction. Does he get wind of it?
Oh,
it's
he must have
right there
spotted.
for the peak, but Molodoy's still hiding, and Torsi doesn't know. He gives up the info, takes the no-scope to the chest, and it's another clutch for Molodoy, his second of this half alone.
Round number 18, Furia. 5 kills away from the big stage at the Moody Center. They just need to complete this round, and it starts well. xKacpersky has slaughtered Flammus as he tries to burst through the smoke here. Nice jump up, but xKacpersky's still out there. That M4 doing all the work. It's a massive quad kill. And he already had he almost had the ace earlier. This time he's going to try and see if he can really complete it. The USP out, and he gets it. An ace to get to the playoffs.
You said Fallen's been quiet on Inferno. Well, he can't afford to be quiet here in round 22. Do they do a contact? Is it really going to be just dry? It is into the orb. Cello activates if he's necessary. Now the nade does chip damage, but still that bomb is under their control. And Fallen steps up, delivers what his team need him most. A triple kill on the orb. Down goes Rek on A, and the job is done. The round is won, 11-11. I know what Fury are wishing for. Another one of them from Fallen. 4 kills in the round.
Furia stacked those rounds. m0NESY uses that moment to establish an angle on Hut, but first shot misses. And there's a lot of movement for Furia outer. They write off this threat. Kicksand can't get his. This is Yakindar just trying to charge it down. Multiple bodies still, but he doesn't give a damn.
He's not done yet.
Oh, he's just tearing right through everyone.
He's a bulldozer.
Nico, last man standing here inside of the site. It's a quad kill for Yakindar. He will stare them in the face and step up to the plate.
What a monster, Yakindar.
Take a look. Nothing that he can see, but if he continues on this journey, he could have caught them off guard. Molodoy, though, all the wiser. Magazine's
They are
empty.
trading him.
You get mad.
No, they are trading him.
Sunpius found a kill as well towards A. Molodaw's able to get one.
3 on 5. Get the 4K, there's one.
Makes it all the harder. 4 shots, 4 health.
This is a crazy play. Senpai's looking for him to go up above.
No kit here for Sunpius either. He's wasting critical time on this, but he does manage to get out. Another missed shot here from Molodoy.
Oh.
The last shot closes pistol. It almost looked like G2 would take it, but the 5v3, Molodoy the sole survivor. Wow, what a lovely little start from Team Liquid here in 2026. Just when you think your expectations are gone,
I'm excited, even though I know I'm not supposed to be.
they just pull you back in. And
You see what you see, and what you see is good.
this time, so far.
So far.
There's a T side that lies ahead of us here. Team Liquid fans, don't hold your breath. We've got ninjas on the defense of a map we know they love. Coming off of a great Budapest. Felt like expectations for NiP kind of skyrocketed after that one. We thought if there's one element of their gameplay that still maybe needs to catch up, it's just the ability to close. But here on Nuke, they've yet to really open. Second pistol could be critical here for NiP's recovery, and Shush starts it with man advantage. Karen and Wrinkle gonna make sure that that's not in vain. And NertZ at 57 health has a 1v4 ahead of him. Gets found out outside, whittled down to 30. And that pack of ninjas just gonna go running out through main to finish this one off. Ninjas in pajamas kickstart their CT half with a, I'll call it much needed pistol win.
Very much needed, and it wasn't just an upper hold, it was good flanks in place. They seemed really prepared for this specific idea, so they're probably happy about the prep coming through. And watch this from the right POV. Shush just locking it down, delaying as well. And like delaying is just precious seconds from opposite vent, but like they need to get out squeaky. They need to make sure they get opposite so that no one can push through the mini smoke, because that's just something everyone's doing at the moment. But no molly there. Didn't think he'd start there on this pistol. Krakow's coming up, and they got a Liege and Ultimate. They let Flashy down at Budapest.
Right, time to recover.
Yeah.
Crazy that you said a Liege and Ultimate, but didn't mention Shuhei.
Oh yeah, they're just a Polish lineup.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember when Pasha was biking to Paris, and I think 9 didn't make it to top 8.
Right.
So he's obviously just biking. But then I was like, oh, what about Shuhei? And he didn't know who he was at the time. That was early days. So.
Luckily, his reputation has grown.
But he made the finals, obviously. So now he knows.
Pasha still had good reason. xKacpersky here trying to just lock it all in, but Shush comes running through, and it's better for Shush to do it. MP9 making money. Between Snappi and Shush, there's cash to be had. And so Pistol converted. Liquid obviously going for the full Glock save, means 5 AKs just hit the field, folks. And plenty of healthy utility surround them. Is it too good to be true? This 9-5 Liquid lead.
Yeah, we'll call it a lead. Nothing guaranteed. Nothing for sure. Ninjas were smiling about winning the pistol, getting into the CT side. And there were some good rounds in the first half, just mostly in the early rounds.
Snappi eats that flash, still tries to just poke the barrel around the box. Cairn drawn towards it, but it's Wrinkles pop up from Secret that instead gets the opening kill here for NiP. And that's just going to free up Cairn to give over hell for a second. Lets him lean further back. You've established your 5v4 as Liquid tried to work positions on the map.
This is where strong leadership is everything. I mean, losing a Liege is not comfortable in a raw duel outside versus Wrinkle, but you just took ramp. You still have 4 players. Wrinkle's floating, man. He's in such a good spot to just get a lineup 2K, you know? They are not. Oh, someone hit. Oh, for a second was watching it.
Well timed. Wrinkle hits the blind side. NertZ hits the blinder. Just whips that AK around to deal with the lobby flank. So luckily for Liquid, at least that doesn't hemorrhage into an additional kill. Cairn tries to take his duel towards ramp and catches it, but there is still a bit of footing here between NertZ and Ultimate on A. It's certainly not an ideal spot, but considering it started so quickly for NiP. Ooh, careful with the smoke spam. Shush gonna cover Snappi, and then 3 players duel out from the fading main smoke. So it goes about exactly how you'd want it for NiP in the post plant. 4 still stand, easy defuse, and continue to cut that lead down to size.
So just a very high value rifle kill there from Wrinkle to take out a Liege one-on-one outside. That's one of those situations where it's like, you know, Liege beats almost everybody all the time. And then he turns it into even more value with the big flank and staying alive and everything like that. Three-round game.
Probably feeling very doable for the Ninjas in pajamas right now. Liquid squirming slightly in this one as they come out through with the pistols and the single Elige Galil. Yeesh. Awkward here for Shuhei.
The
Pressure
bomb.
in through Squeaky. Tech9's trying to save him. Ooh, drop over top of main.
Oh.
Nap even burns xKacpersky off of the side of vent, so now Shush alone suddenly, in a matter of seconds, loses 2 players facing from the front of the A site. He's on the recovery into Hut. Oh, Nap can't fluidly jump away. Looks very awkward for him, but Shuhei still with legs to stand on, catches the kill to the back of sight. And with 45 health, just lost his teammate. Otherwise, would have been the 2v2 post plant.
Yeah, and yeah, there's a bit of wandering playing here in individual spots. They just wanted to get a flank kill on somebody. Now Shuhei will have to clutch.
He was very worried about lobby presence there. We saw him staring at Hut the whole time.
And he's going to split the difference. He waits too long in this spot. It's going to be very hard to multi on 45 health.
Here's the ladder go to heaven.
Wish he took some kind of risk, and now he's starting to, but...
Exposed, but he still gets it. Down to 12 health, though. I mean, massive health advantage here for Snappi. All he's got to do is shoot him anywhere in the body, and that'll cut it. So, flies up that vent, causes a bit of chaos for Shuhei, who reacts really nicely to that main peak.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So
if they had held mini and then planted for it as well, and, you know, didn't split up, obviously, this is a recoverable spot, but it's also around where, like, it's Liquid who don't invest much into it, so it's more scary for NiP and shouldn't have been, maybe. But But a nice attempt at this clutch.
Don't like seeing Naf try to jump away, getting his head stuck on the roof and then stalling in the air like that. It's like some Pasha movement.
Yeah. Speaking of poles.
I wasn't really the best Counter-Strike back in the I wasn't the best Counter-Strike player back in the Virtus Pro days.
Yeah.
Was Pasha's movement really that bad?
It's not that his movement was bad. It's that the way that he moved his crosshair was just very unaesthetic.
Okay.
It was like a very loopy movement. It was a lot of personality, we'll call it that. But it kind of fit with the personality that we know of today.
Right.
You know, the funny, quirky guy. He really played like his personality.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now ultimate, right on the top of the box, and Wrinkle's gonna pluck his teammate off, but you don't get away for free with ultimate on this spot. Perfect position for the trade back. In fact, Karen gonna catch one on top silo, fall into the cover of main, barely escaping with 14 health. But he gets away from it, and ultimate will be blindsided just based off of a half-second timing. Just slipped by, saw nobody back garage. xKacpersky steps into it and catches a 4v2 advantage from that one. So now NiP's CT side looking rock solid.
It is
yet to lose a round at this rate.
Nafly did just get a refrag kill on the back of Big Garage. That's something. One more lurk mistake, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Could have been with the frag to Shush. Instead, Naf's 30 HP. Gonna be dealt with. Shush.
Teleported.
Real rapid there from the high ground to the low ground, and a kill from both grounds. Not quite grounds for dismissal just yet, but Team Liquid are starting to throw this. Their lead cut down to 1.
We saw a series of kind of good refrags, but always just like not starting off, getting the kill, just answering back. And 2 multis for NiP on there for Liquid. Nothing bad if they want to go for, you know, scrappy outside default. It's just that now it's a streak of rounds. It looks like NertZ is getting involved.
Round 4 still the closest of them all. Comes down to that damn near Shuhei clutch. And a round that Liquid were working with less. Not quite as bad a buy, but clearly limitations in the utility here. We're gonna go for the fast timing on the cross. Lucky that shot missed. Wrinkle gonna be caught in the open there. NertZ actually jumping on top of it as he tries to transition away. 5v3, best start to a round for Team Liquid since this T-side started. Starting to get a little separated from one another, but that's 1v1 downstairs also goes Liquid's way. And so Snappi and Shush tasked with a massive recovery here in round 18.
And Shush is like, I thought there was a lot of action out here. Where is everybody?
Yeah, they really just disappeared, Liquid. They'll take that bomb inside, plant front sight, and it'll all but guarantee it.
All starts with just one miss there, an opening from Wrinkle, who's otherwise been pretty solid. So great that Liquid can capitalize on this. It helps them, obviously, in this game because they keep their lead now. It would have been tied up, and that's just a whole different mental space that you'd have to be in if you lost a 6-round lead that quickly.
That's costly. There goes your op, if you're Liquid.
Yeah. Won't be getting that back this round.
Still majority alive, but just felt like a needless loss. Oh, creepy Shush hanging around hell.
Creepy Shush. Imagine if that was your nickname.
There are ridiculous player names out there.
You don't get to pick them. Well, the handles you do.
We've had this conversation, right, about what I was named before Scrawny?
A bubonic.
Bubonic.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that didn't blow up. Or is it better?
Was there another one?
Cyclops.
Cyclops, okay. Mine was Death Scythe in StarCraft.
Ooh, I was Gamma Ray once too.
Like that one.
And Snarf.
And Snarf. Was that like your previous evolution?
Yeah. Yeah. Nova X Snarf.
Wow, you're just smurfing. You have so many names.
Yeah, dude, it's a long list. Really an identity crisis. Who am I?
Once I was sick with 2 C's.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Oh.
Wrinkled down beneath. Utility falls on top of him, so he goes for the instant fallback, and Elige gonna make sure there's nobody hiding in these close corners. It's actually been a bit of an affinity from NiP to play at the base of Silo. We had that forward-facing op. We had Karen playing behind red box. So make sure to dot your I's, cross your T's. Elige will do that for them. And then everybody kind of backs up, and it's only Elige suddenly outdoors.
Looks like NiP are going to try to starve him out here. Let them take a little bit of space. This could be good for Liquid, actually. As they go to look for some info, and no! A 2K spray down for Snappi.
Missed shot from Wrinkle. Could have kept that one even further. 4v2 would have bode real well.
Yeah, that was a round winner.
That's a 1 HP Shuhei for the record as well, to just really hammer home how much impact Snappi just got out of this. And I thought he was going to walk into his death.
But also the fact that, you know, Shuhei's still here and still somehow a threat on 1 health. Wrinkle's like, I think just watching his heaven flank. Yeah, not the ladder itself. And oh, okay, turns to cover it. No problem.
Look at that. Bomb delivered at his feet.
Bomb delivery. Well, they can very much thank Snappi for this hold. The way he was walking into that, he could have, he would have about to pre-aim way too deep and then just get caught off guard. So very nice from him to just stay vigilant.
I thought that was going to be the liability of the round. I thought he was going down with nothing. Was going to beat himself up for deciding to change position.
Oh, they could have used the timing like that. And the only reason that push came was because Liquid actually got them back out of outside, had them with no vision, and NiP don't like playing with no vision right now. Like their style of gameplay, it's very map control focused, updating info all the time.
Snappi knows he was just dancing with death, though, surely.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He just stepped onto the train tracks and got away with it. We're going to go into a fast ramp charge now. Snappi to be tested again. Holds onto the position for a second. Drops the incendiary on the fallback and draws Wrinkle in. 2 rounds now. Wrinkle's missed a shot. Hasn't lost them rounds, but, you know, just lets Liquid have that.
One of them did.
That's fair. Well, 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, 50-50, 1 round down.
This one changes the odds. He eats that flash fully. Slams his head into the doorway. And luckily for him, no pressure for Liquid towards Hell. Instead, all in lower. Snappi leaning into the back of sight. With double doors open. Big utility commitment here for Team Liquid. Everything smoked off. All 3 entry points. Snappi still gets away with the kill to Elige. And now Kaspersky tries to pop open the smoke to get his angle, but nothing found. It's going to be close positioning from the CTs. Bullets whizzing through. Ultimate's bomb plant gets denied. And that's going to force either Shuhei or NAP to recover this. Kills still come their way.
They keep swinging at him even though the bomb got stopped.
2 players out through single decide they want a duel, and instead now you've given Liquid a health advantage at 35 seconds.
It's like Shush might have overinvested. And Kaspersky with his HP wishes there was at least 1 more teammate to rely on, but Wrinkle's got an op. Oh, but he still gets the kill.
Well done with the frag grenade, finishing off Shuhei.
I mean, this will be big for NAF if he, because of how low Kaspersky is. He's patrolling this position. Oh, just got away in time.
NAF bails back, 10 seconds.
There's no way.
He's gonna go for the vent into A. Vent to A play.
I don't think he can make it.
Oh, he's gonna try. Oh, yep. And now does he get out the vent fast enough? They're both not gonna follow, so NAF unfortunately had to hope that that other player had maybe rotated further towards like the, I don't know.
Yeah, he just knew he couldn't plant lower, so that's fair enough. And it ends up being a save route as well. within half a second. But no dice. And Snappi, what a bounce back in these last 2 rounds. Also, his HE here to slow down this rush. Or was it theirs to blow up in the smoke, actually? I think it hit them, though, is the problem.
Either way, I'm still just kind of blown away by his kill to Elige.
Yeah, he's got, I mean, got 4 kills in the last 2 rounds. And this is when it matters.
Game tied up at 10 rounds all. Huge recovery here for the Ninjas in Pajamas CT side. Won 7 out of these 8 rounds of play since switching. We're gonna get the hut pop here for Liquid. Shush finds cover, gets pushed out from the back of it, and Elige, thinking he was gonna escape through main, instead gets clipped by Wrinkle. Man advantage for the retake to NiP, now cut down as Karn decides to go for the walkout through main first. NertZ still playing the front of sight, almost caught by that opening of the main smoke. Snappi able to clear that without taking damage himself. And so it's Snappi versus NAF 1v1. Snappi not working with a kit, tries to scoop it up and instead takes a bullet to the face. We've got Liquid's second round win on the attack as NAF closes out the clutch.
They're getting some X-Factor kills. That's nice from NertZ. Right after planting the bomb, staying aware of that mini peek, taking him down, and the NAF clutch as well. Low guns for Liquid as they come into this upper site.
It's the 2 rounds they've won.
Oh, yeah. Playing a little bit more free, maybe that's the trick.
Ooh, puts Ninjas in a weird spot as well. Liquid on the brink of securing an overtime, has to deal with 3 MP9s. There was an op in the mix, but that's the first death. NertZ hits a zinger of a headshot deep into the garage, and then they'll clear out Cairn. He gets 1, sure, but looking at this, instant kill from Elige as well. Leave it to Liquid to take the harder route.
They become a brand new team, and they don't take that last round for granted.
But I'm no fool. Just this 12th round, no guarantee. Now, reality is NiP have nothing to work with economically if they lose this one as well. So a huge recovery chance for Kaspersky. More bodies outside. Make sure that he can't escape after his 1 frag. Shush, a much needed 1 versus 3, but a very unlikely one at that.
No, you're right, though. It will go to round 24.
It just
I'm with
can't,
you.
though.
Yeah, I know.
They have no money left.
I know, but we're promised that, I think.
Launders, they have 1 round of loss bonus, and the most money is $800 on Cairn. Look at this cash.
I mean, Counter-Strike's a little bit about, you know, the aim and the money and the teamwork, communication, the crosshair placement.
Just a little bit.
But it's not everything.
Nah, this right here should be, God, I can't even say can be, will be. It should be the map-winning round for Liquid. And it comes off of a NertZ headshot from top silo. NertZ was having a phenomenal CT side, definitely cooled off when they switched sides. But he finds that insta-kill from top silo, and things change suddenly. 2 map points for Liquid versus nothing. I mean, FAMAS here. 1 FAMAS. 4 grenades for the entire team.
Make it sound as bad as you want.
3 Deagles. A 5-7.
Liquid have done this the hard way so many times.
Ninjas have nothing to work with here. For this is what should be GG. Maybe.
They desperately want that 1 easy kill. They're in a couple of spots to maybe find it. I don't feel like committing. There is an amount of time where it gets scary to do anything, so they need to keep it moving.
Nades are
Lower's given over, so this one's, you know, likely coming ramp. They're not doubling up on it either.
Deagle duel downstairs. Elige has shadow advantage. He's not going to shy away from that. Utility lands inside of the upper hit. Kaspersky still just leaning back behind the bomb site. They had nothing to work with from the get-go, and that FAMAS will drop with nothing. Only 1 so far from Kaspersky. 20 seconds to the clock. 4 players to attack this bomb site, and he is now removed as well. Snappi from the heavens falters, and Team Liquid will not waste their solid CT side. Things get sketchy. Things get scary. but that's just Liquid doing Liquid things, and they'll close out Nuke in the end.
A fantastic start on the CT side for Team Liquid, one to be proud of. But then when we flip the switch, we go into the second half, NiP started to show up with a good game.
Got there.
Anyone else?
Ocean.
Sorry, Ocean.
Hate to break it to you.
I don't even know if that's true anymore. Can we be better than Ocean? I don't know.
Team Liquid on Mirage, their map pick. Could have played Anubis, but like we said, obviously super short turnover time makes sense if they don't want to really kind of get Shuhei online.
Yeah, we have to be real. We're only getting mad at teams because we want to see Anubis.
That's true, but also on top of that one and this one, dude, I've seen Liquid throw some Mirage games. I know they've tried to play this for some time now, but I've also seen this kind of in a moment now where you've won your opponent's map pick.
I got something to tell you, man. It doesn't have to do with the map.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Then why does it always happen here? They'll try today to close out this series versus Ninjas in Pajamas with a little Mirage offense. Ooh, nasty little flick there back for Elige. Wrinkle's gonna put an end to him though, as he tried to extend that foray into the jungle. 4 versus 2 post plant for Liquid looks good. Snappi not wasting a moment here and letting them know exactly where he's coming in from. So keeps the pressure up, keeps Shuhei stuck on triple. Wrinkle caught in this reload. Snappi actually got the kill back towards site, and Wrinkle's got a fresh mag, but he's unable to get the next kill. Bomb planted on the opposite side. It's a tap once from Snappi. A kill on ramp. Now he's going to stick it.
Yeah, NertZ is actually way behind this.
He is going to stick this for sure, but yeah, running over top of the stairs. Gets Snappi back onto this. 10 seconds.
I think they're...
Launders?
He's got to be good.
Snappi,
right? Oh no, he's not good.
10 seconds, down to the wire.
Oh.
Half a second, baby. Oh, poor guy. Snappi can't pull it off, but valiant effort, gotta say.
It was, yeah. That would have been a great time to have a kid, obviously, but it was a tight situation on the pistol. So I mean, Liquid went off the entries. No 1v2 in that spot. Great shot here from Elige. Oh, we've all been there.
Interesting buy. Stacking Kaspersky and Cairn with M4s and nades.
Yeah, and all their smoke, so they can at least try to funnel.
I mean, M4s could definitely catch Liquid off.
Nice.
Cairn lucky to be alive at 3 HP.
Shush just got a kill as well through the smoke.
All right.
I don't even know if they blew that open, and Kaspersky is ready to attack.
They're going to lose Cairn. Inside connector. Shuhei clears Kaspersky out of the window as well. That's the 2 M4s down. Shush, Wrinkle, and Snappi left over with sidearms. Snappi, though, right now, very much alone.
They're probably a little perplexed with the buy, but they still don't really want to overthink this.
Oh, back turn. 5-7. Given a second chance.
Upgrades are already here. There's that gun.
Timing was good. Wrinkle doesn't capitalize with the kill, though. Ooh, he gets Shuhei in the end, but Naf is going to find himself post-plant secured.
And it's coming up Cat from the bottom of connector. Nafli knows it's unlikely he goes back around, but Wrinkle's starting to walk away, and actually it's just leaving. So, right. I mean, he would have had one chance to maybe get a peek and go for it, or just guarantee AK save. I mean, yeah. Sort of a fine decision. I think they're happy to get all the kills that they got, and well, they invested to get 2 guns. They get 1 back. And it's even better than Naf's for now.
Terrorists win.
So this Deagle kill, okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
all right.
that's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, of course. No problem, bro. Reported. Sure thing, Chief.
Well, they were right. They were there trying to take over Catwalk. I feel like Shuhei helps him navigate that disaster with his 2 frags on Cat. Ooh, for now. Ooh, they're going through it. They're going through it big time. They're going through it.
Snappi burning.
Oh, it's getting too hot.
Down to 2 HP. Easy pickup. Wrinkle taking a look from the marketplace, looking to get that AK in. Ooh! Sprays 2 players off the bomb site. They keep this pressure on with the purchase back, and NiP almost had an advantage there for a moment, but it'll boil down to Shush off Catwalk. Taking a little jiggle towards the site. Utility flies in, and he's able to skate past it already. His timing could catch them off guard. The way they're spraying as if he's all the way down Catwalk. No, this position for sure catches somebody. But who and when? Oh, there it is. But Ultimate's ready for the trade back, and it's going to be Liquid.
Post plant, though.
3 rounds the start. Thing is costly each and every time.
Yeah, like if that was basically guaranteed to trade if he saw NertZ in that spot. I mean, maybe if he peeked from a little farther away and he would have been shielded, but the specific way he was scaling. So messy situation. The one gap they had was somebody running out of that door, and they left it open. So 2K happened, but again, 3-0 start. Oh, those are some good nades. Looks like NiP have always got a chance.
Dude, these force buys every single round. And this one the best start yet. Wrinkle inside of Sandwich.
I don't know about anybody.
He's going to pop it from down beneath.
They're not watching this. They're not watching Sandwich. They have no idea.
2 MP9s and Desert Eagles. NiP knew that if they kept the pressure on, they believed they'd come out with a round win, and it seems like this is the one. Ultimate put to rest. Ninjas in pajamas get what they want. Very hard-headed start to the CT side, but they end up getting there, and you can't forget the amount of survivors that Team Liquid have had since this pistol win has been minimal. 1 player at most each round.
Well, they make so little go so far here with their HEs, their spams, and their low guns running up middle to close the distance, and then, well, the A stack is perfect. Everything Liquid thought was going to go easily this round didn't. With that goes all their cash.
Gonna block it down to the bottom of connector.
Oh, he's right about the window gap, actually.
Liquid's force buy, not seemingly... Oh, never mind. Take that back. I was going to say not going as well as they'd want, but with the... Oh, Galil walking out on the low health, I thought they'd have that. Desert Eagle kill also for NertZ. Naf going to find a fight in Murder Hole, but it is NertZ left stranded in the ladder room. He announces himself, but he is also playing with this AK. So let's give him just a little bit of belief here, falling back through underpass.
On this very expensive round, I mean, hey, had a chance to actually bring that close. Karen really seals it up, I feel like, with this 22 health, down to 2 health. Got a second kill on the window lurk. And NertZ is just taking a long way to spawn. Looks like he's going to see what's shaking on the A site, maybe. But this is a big site to just walk in and get a plant. Is he really going for this at 15 seconds? Is anyone going to make a mistake? That gun's sticking out.
Sees it now.
Yeah,
Kills
actually.
Default plant covered.
Oh.
Shush has got the cross from jungle, so all's good NiP. Costs them 1 more, but obviously op saved by Shush. So 2 survivors for the Ninjas, and the force buy back from Team Liquid doesn't impress as much as that of NiP.
And again, because of how well Ninjas played these rounds they lost, Liquid still don't have any money.
Is here the consequence of their force buy. Stuck on Glocks. 90 damage nade. Molly drops him down to 5. NertZ lucky to be alive in this one. Oh, there we go.
Found it.
Dies entirely to the util. And Snappi, knowing they're weak, looking to pad those stats while he can. NiP CT side set to take off. That's crazy. Wall bang to the rifle. He
Didn't
finally
even peek.
stops spraying, so you try to peek and you get wall banged by the op.
I love that.
Elish didn't even get a chance to look out the window. Two
when he's-
separate players wall banging Elish this round.
Never let a leash peek.
He's pissed. And he should be.
I feel like he's not added a single thing to his room. It's so clean in there.
Well,
So
life of a
minimal.
pro player, man. Never home.
Like, what's that on the floor? A thermometer?
You know, I was thinking about that either earlier. It looks like a ghost detector.
Oh, it's a Geiger counter or something.
A Geiger counter, sure. Looking for the radiation. He's like, am I toxic?
It's like, you can't remove train from my house. I'm Polish.
Karen at the top of middle. Gonna try to pounce. Nice double kill. Caused by the chaos offered from Connector M the window. And so man advantage for NiP. Another fight queued up, man. Content to take these duels.
It's kind of like a reverse nuke. When it's sort of the aggression and how it's being stopped. But it's NiP leaping forward into this map now.
NertZ and his patience find a freebie, but too many players there are ready to react to it. Nafly stuck inside of the palace on 100 health. Hold on, low HP for the others. And Ultimate does finish off Wrinkle in the backdrop of jungle. So
This is actually possible. Even though Ultimate only has 12 health, they're a little bit worried, I think.
should be able to plant.
I'd love to have an HE. They could put themselves into a spam position.
Kaspersky bringing the Molotov. Oof.
Oh, the bullets are
Now
so
he's standing
low.
in the front. Yeah, I don't think so. He was so worried about Ticket Booth, but
Yeah.
no threat in that direction. Gets cleaned up, and NiP continue winning ways to the 4-3 lead.
Yeah, so much fight for them to, I mean, again, bring all the first 3 rounds close and then actually just start winning and stop looking back. Suddenly it's NiP's economy that looks very well fortified. And they can afford to lose a round and they get another one to farm.
Crazy how stubborn they were with those 4 spies, but you can see why. It's earned the momentum now as pistols flood through the palace. Ooh, hang on, Elige, double tech 9 kill. Karen's gonna catch one front triple as Elige's hands busy with the bomb plant means that M4 was out of play, and it's gonna remain out of play. NertZ dives the top of stairs to try to grab a gun, and another duel, but it's instead Snappi crossing from Ticket. Shadow gave him away, clean shots from NertZ. He's got the Kevlar to do this. Utility to try to flush him out, but he's gonna extinguish it preemptively. And now this crossover from Kaspersky with the kit and a smoke puts that on top of the bomb and clutches, commits to the defuse, and doesn't want to deal with NertZ's deadly M4.
Yeah, that's excellently done from Kaspersky with his utility, forcing that smoke out, and there's no way to scale on NertZ, but there's also no way for NertZ to safely get up to the top of stairs, find a peak, and from his space, well, from how far he was, he could have ran at that, but it would have been too difficult to find Kaspersky in that situation. So nice entries here from Elige, and a low buy round that actually does put their feet to the fire a little bit, makes it expensive, which is definitely something they need to do. But it's also a fact that NiP, they have players that can rebuy. They have a little extra cash in their back pocket.
Snappi, confident he can take control of this round, was right about the decision. Just, ooh, even that nade.
Wow.
Yeah, she gets Shuhei because he's falling back.
He's thinking about everything. They've got everybody in a good position to crumple this site up, and there's no one in ticket to stop it. So it's going to be very active from the jungle side, window, everything like that. This is the kind of round that bomb doesn't really get planted. Just a lot of kills that'll come down.
Oh, Shush, not able to get the multi-frag going. Man advantage, Liquid, off that one. 20 seconds to the clock. Bomb's free to cross.
That was such a good attack.
And it'll boil down to what Kaspersky can throw at them, but not enough pressure to deny the bomb plant. Frag takes half his health out, and Wrinkle finding the op shot makes it a bit more interesting because this fight towards middle's kind of locked in. Can they keep them busy? NertZ can't really move. He's just got to wait for Snappi to get into action. Wrinkle catching a leash, but it will be NertZ to still win his fight towards middle. And Nafly's reposition. You can see Kaspersky still eyes towards Palace. Worried about the connector duel more than anything, but Naf strikes with the element of surprise. And Wrinkle continues to find victims in this round. 3 clean op kills in the middle of all of that, but none of it enough to deny Team Liquid their 4th win.
I love the look from Liquid. It looked like they were kind of running out of steam for a bit, but like right here, this connector split with the CTs in those positions, how quickly they got into all their spots, didn't lose a single guy. They do everything well from setting up to actually executing, and that's kind of what they did last round, but they just didn't have the weapons, I feel like, to just hit as hard. Not for Wrinkle. This isn't even close. Whoa. Okay, he's telling jokes. I like it.
Honestly, I'm kind of down with that. I feel like ninjas do need a little fire starter.
I feel like everybody, yeah, every team needs it, right? Every team does need it.
Like they're particularly a team that's really had, like, it's been an absence, you know?
True. Liquid too, right?
Oof. Karen trying to swing out, only the one. Kaspersky at bat next. Plenty of targets to shoot at, but unfortunately for him, they shoot back. And Ultimate catches the headshot. Wrinkle's op is connecting. That much is for certain. Unfortunately, it's the only thing left in this one, so he's got to concede the round, and Team Liquid just keep it pretty quick this time, straight back into an A execute, and one that catches NiP unprepared. So tied game at 5 yet again.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, Liquid are not out of gas. They're keeping the ideas good. It's the A plays, obviously, that's so core. But I love the execute so far. It's looking difficult to stop. We've seen that NiP sometimes have odds and retakes, but with the way that they're playing the site, they're playing to basically win or lose a round almost before the bomb gets planted, just looking to trade. I'm always impressed when a team can play for retake and win one. It always looks so good, but also I just feel like when the bomb gets planted, that's where the mistakes get made on TT side. I feel like you leave it a little bit up to luck sometimes if you try to play for too many retake spots. I appreciate the way that NiP are going at it, and that's just, again, them. Their personality is quite aggressive. But as it stands so far, their approach to defending A, it's not working in these past couple of rounds. They probably want to try something new. Maybe it's doubling down on the aggression in mid or going for an early push or pick play on ramp or palace. See, you break the structure a little bit for Liquid. We're not seeing super excellent late rounds where the decision making is so good, the chemistry is there. I feel like that's something Liquid have been missing a lot. They have great players, but they're not massively cohesive in disadvantaged late round situations.
Great players, but just not always as gelled as you want them to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the A ramp push. Take the edge off, right?
Yeah, I like that. You know, it's right into what you're discussing. Just throw something Liquid's way, see if they can handle it. Unexpected, Nafly, good. It's the kind of guy you want holding your flank.
I know.
And of all the shots that we've seen Wrinkle hit, he's been solid. Misses that one, tiptoeing out through underpass. Would have been a great chance to get the numbers back.
He's got to iron that out, you know what I mean?
Eagle up catwalk. Leaves a bit to be desired. And now still 2 players inside of the B bomb site, M4 and MP9 between Snappi and Shush. This grouping on catwalk's gonna dodge the threat of Wrinkle.
Just avoid everything. Okay.
Still able to get back at the right time, though. And still remember 2 defenders here. Arch versus Bench goes the way of Snappi, who peeks out and helps Shush, then collects his own kill from the apartment. B-site's definitely wounded, but still hanging on for dear life. And Snappi continues to find players with their backs turned. Snappi with big impact sets up Shush to try to finish this. His 3 HP is still enough. Oh, missed shot by Wrinkle is gonna have him jumping back into the cover. You've got 6 seconds. You're gonna let this round fizzle out. Ultimate just crouch crawling his way into the line. Rock solid stuff from Snappi, in fact.
That was so annoying from Snappi. The way he played it, I loved it so much with the MP9. Shooting a little bit, peeling back on that headshot angle from below. With a teammate alive in the site too, so it didn't all come down to him. I didn't see a world where NiP figured this out, and it's the MP9 of all guns to be the star of the show. Another crucial Snappi 2K. Counting 3 this series.
Critical point of the game as well. When money was getting low, Ninja's able to rob a round away and give themselves the best chance in this one. And they jump on that, pouncing into the mid-fight. Again, Wrinkle continuing to collect these frags, off to 14 and 6 with that most recent kill towards ramp, but he gets a bit too tunnel vision, and Naf tries to draw this one back with a multi-frag of his own. Bomb is on ultimate in a 1 versus 3, working with the AK, has an isolated duel right here on stairs, but fully flashed, and it is indeed gonna be NiP with the last 2 rounds of this half, a 7-5 lead heading to the T side.
Hey guys, this is Mahone, and I'm going to break down how the pros hold short on Mirage so you can do it just like them too. Let's go. At the start of the round, typically you'll want to throw a flash at the top of mid to push the T's back. This flash hits anyone standing between top mid and the chair, ultimately creating space for you to peek middle. The top mid flash creates an avenue to peek middle, but you also have to worry about someone coming from underpass. To deny the possible T coming from underpass, you can throw a Molotov at the entrance to prevent them from getting to bench. This gives you more safety when you fight top mid. The top mid flash and underpass Molotov are good tools to help you fight, but before you reach that point, there's a chance a T could cross the initial angle before you get to bricks. This is possible if the T has the best spawn and your teammates at window and connector get smoked out. If this happens, you can Molotov the bricks and progress as the Molotov is still up. But if the T's don't push up, a great angle to hold is between the bricks and the corner, where you can't be seen from chair. This is strong because T's tend to clear the bricks angle on the right corner, but not exactly the spot in between. This also allows you to be close enough to spot if a T runs up connector. Another spot you can use is on the ledge in front of ladder room. Holding this specific spot matches up with the right end of the bench, so if T's jump onto it, you'll be able to catch them mid-air. Being up close also allows you to see the T even if they crouch, whereas if you stand further back, the T now has the option to crouch for cover. If you want to get a deeper view into mid, you can get a boost onto the bricks. From here, you can catch T's running down the slope of mid from an elevated position, and even if the T's throw a smoke at Cat like this, you'll still be able to see over it. Now, these are some great positions to play on short, but you'll likely want some flexibility to move to ladder room. The best way to do this is to throw a smoke at the front of catwalk. Not only does this block the T's from pushing up, but now you can move to ladder room without being caught. Being in ladder room allows you to defend against T's coming up short and through window at the same time. You also get access to this position on the cement blocks in window to spot the cross towards connector. T's often overlook this position since they're clearing the top of connector when they enter. But holding short is just one part of being in this area. What are some other ways to help your teammates? If you don't use your smoke for front cat, you can also use it to re-smoke the bottom of connector, which slows down the T's map control. If a B push comes in, putting yourself right up to the bricks gives you an isolated fight for the window. The power behind this is that the bricks actually covers up many of the common flashes that pop towards the B site. For comparison, exposing yourself to the site with the same flashes would look like this. Now, despite everything you can do as the short player, don't forget you can start the round by going through window instead of B site. If you make the cat jump, you can contest mid far earlier. And instead of jumping on cat, you can also go for the ladder rim jump. Being in ladder allows you to cut off any T's who go fast towards short. But if you peek middle from ladder room, keep in mind a T with the best spawn can already make it to second chair. And that was the last piece on how to hold Mirage short like the pros.
Well, Team Liquid kept it pretty simple, barreling out through that A site a couple of times. Things looked good, but it's Snappi, Mohan, of all, who actually shut things down with a couple critical multi-kills towards the end of that. So NiP secure a solid lead heading into the attack.
The Nuke map was really close because of Snappi's impact in, I think, back-to-back rounds, 2K holds on CT side, even though they didn't pull it off. Well, here that impact might actually turn into a map conversion. It's still early on, and NiP have a lead.
Bomb inside of Palace. 2 defenders here for Liquid. And they're going to send Elige in off the flash. Owned. Snappi turns back into it. Puts a bullet between Elige's eyes. And now Shuhei's got a lot of responsibility here. And he's also lost his closest rotate. Still hangs on himself. But if Team Liquid walk away with this pistol, it's very much going to be because Shuhei's able to find something. Everybody else just keeps dying around him. Wrinkle catching the kill into jungle there. Shuts the rotate down, and NertZ is a bit too late to this party. Already Snappi deep inside of that CT spawn. Looking very likely that Ninjas in Pajamas start this T side with a pistol win. Shush, another blind side. So many instant headshots coming out of the NiP camp this round. Shuhei has watched his entire team die around him despite being here since the get-go.
Yeah.
And so he's probably felt helpless the whole time. His time comes. Ninjas in Pajamas 8-5 off a pistol win on the T side.
Someone's still cracking jokes over there on NiP. That's going to be their biggest weapon.
Probably feeling real good. You've got the lead secured. A pistol in your back pocket. And in this pistol, everybody's shooting clean.
I heard Ultimate's funny.
That's what they said when they signed him.
Yeah. He's just not a very loud comedian, so we don't get to know about it.
Thing.
You just hear the reviews.
More of a mime, less of a clown. Both funny. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Naf. Fully flashed, crouched, and staring at the wall, and still they show no mercy.
Is it weird that Karn almost looks like Karn from like Fnatic Karn as well? A little bit.
Cairn does look a bit like Karn. Yeah. That's why in the green room today I was double checking. I was like, guys, this isn't Karn, right?
Yeah.
Because I see it.
Because there's extra letters.
Yeah. And also, like you're saying, a similarity between the two.
Little similarity.
Lives on in spirit. I'm going to find out it's actually pronounced Seerne.
And he's Spanish.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, you never know. You never know with NiP. They've done it before.
I just got a handle on Kaspersky.
Kaspersky. Oh, yeah.
And that's after they let me drop the X.
It's formerly Kaspersky.
Yeah.
The artist now known as Kaspersky.
Guns here for Liquid, trying to play catch-up. I don't know, man. Feeling to me like Ancient's coming. But we'll let this CT side do its talking.
No, they've got no kits here, so that's the feeling you've got. It's not the strongest buy ever. It's good guns. If something comes fast, that might work out, but it'll be difficult to go for any kind of retake. This one's gonna get real creepy, real freaky up cat. Oh no, actually, they're coming underpass. Change of plans. No lurkers over towards A. 5 guys inside of middle.
NiP play numbers strong. First kill goes to NertZ, but it's an instant trade, and Snappi sends it back.
2K.
Never supposed to get away with another one. Shuhei decides to tiptoe in after the death, but sure enough, xKacpersky catching him on that fallback with the jungle control. So a real flurry of frags turns this 2v2. Bomb to be planted on the short side of triple, but that wallbang's not going to cut it. I thought Ultimate would have sawn his foot.
Yeah, maybe if he'd gone out a little wider, I'm not sure, but didn't find any damage on that spam. Little off the mark.
Still worried about this jungle presence, but it's just boiling down to xKacpersky. And NAF still has not let his guard down. They know this is where he got his last kill.
Yeah, they do.
Put a smoke on top of it. NAF continues to watch it. The defuse is 10 seconds inside of the smoke. He picks up a fresh mag.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but he just can't find it.
Oh, 10 seconds. Oh.
Instant kill with the USP,
When
but
you
he
could see him.
couldn't find the spam.
That is crazy because he was spamming on both sides of Roland. From Warsaw to Caddo right there. I can't name a city in the middle, but I'm gonna try. No, I'm not gonna try actually. It's frustrating, especially with the CS2 smokes. You're like, I just need to see something.
Hot start for Elige. Yeah, see ya, buddy. Burned out around the edge of the smoke, and with only that FAMAS, he's an easy pickup from top middle.
He tried to drone up on a high-low position, but NertZ fell back off the post pretty quickly. Oh, man. That grenade and a headshot. And suddenly it's just smooth sailing here for NiP.
Already as well. Well, and maybe
Got
not
some interesting
already.
spots right now, actually. Yeah.
Shush ends up getting killed, unprepared for the Palace push, and this 3v5 recovers even ground. Nice kill for xKacpersky. Individually, looking real sharp on the attack here. 3 kills into this.
But he knows NertZ is the one to get the frag. Won't lose track of him.
Here's him running away towards murder hole. Snappi, all you gotta do is win this fight, and things feel like a shoo-in. Let xKacpersky take up the responsibility of jungle. His 3 frags, I mean, all of the mid success that comes the Ninja's way this round to secure this 10th round win, well, it's all xKacpersky.
Yeah, big time. This just dominance there in middle, and for that first portion of the round, totally alone. Excellent series of kills. And a 10th. The 1 round Liquid one was good, but here's a 10th. Last round was expensive too because it was all the frags.
Just insta-kills here through the edge of the smoke, through the
Oh
smoke.
my gosh, yeah.
And then this beautiful tap shot onto NAF as well.
That one's tough. I thought he had peeked. We were watching it from the POV of window, and then smoke looked like it got blown open too, but
It's like the part of the smoke he was standing in felt like that got blown open.
and everyone in NiP score lines. Look at that. Insane.
We didn't have this back on Nuke either. You know,
Yeah, that was Liquid's.
Yeah.
Liquid score lines looked a little bit like that. This is even more impressive.
Shush was kind of a non-factor back on Nuke, which isn't something we say all the time.
They are really sharing the wealth here.
Karen was also 11 and 19. I mean, Shush got it together, but Karen not so much. Now you've got 4 players strong. Oh, hell, I'll make it 5th, actually, as I take another look. But this one M4 that Team Liquid still hold on to in round 17 nets them a 5v4. Surrounded by the pistols, should be easy work for the others. And you've already got NiP taking a sniff at this A bomb site. They'll find no resistance beyond that first kill, so easy bomb plant, easy 11th round.
Every time NiP need to make it expensive, they do it when they've lost so far on this Mirage. And again, that's why we see so many players afloat on their score lines, and here, wow, can't even save anything.
Just feels like you can't get away from them.
Yeah.
Every smoke gets spammed through. Every headshot damn near instant, but NertZ will still, with again, 1 M4 this round, find 3 kills and try to secure the exit.
That's needed.
Terrorists win.
Five-round game might not always be too much, but NiP or Liquid have to show us sort of why we need to believe in them now, because 1 round on an island, even that round they lost 5 players in it, even though it started off pretty well. Economically, they've just been dominated.
Pick up for ultimate to start this one, but again, this pressure on A site remains constant. And NertZ is going to be a little more rambunctious this time to just make sure he's closer to help out. That bomb's not able to cross just yet. They'll throw down smokes to try to guarantee it. Liquid's hard-fought man advantage secured. Karen, though, jumping up onto the bench, exposes himself, and we know that NertZ has been hitting shots. Back in with another multi-frag this time. 4v2 for Liquid.
Okay, 4v1. How many kills does Wrinkle get in this position? This is the last thing Liquid need to solve. And it looks like they've tightened up just enough. Wrinkle won't even try it.
Nah.
And, well, Liquid win this with 4 alive. That's maybe their best round this game in terms of how much they've got away with. So, solid stuff. NertZ in these last 2 rounds. High volume of kills. Big round from Guy.
Just felt like he was, oh, that's how he gets it? Damn. Felt like he was freed up. Faster to respond this time, NertZ. You know, we've seen him kind of float around the window, hang out in the murder hole. This time just takes the duels as they come his way. Wanting to be a driving force in the CT side. If there's any more fight left in Liquid's defense of their map pick, don't forget that. Stole NiP's nuke. What you doing out there, Shush? Floating around on the Palace exit. A free 5v4 favoring Liquid. Missed shot on the crossover to the Tetris. It's gonna get ultimate to drop his utility. Shuhei burned into the open, decides to take it on his terms, and it's worth it. 5v3 here, momentarily with ultimate low. And again, fast on the scene are the rotators. Wrinkle's got the only rebuttal so far for NiP, and it's Snappi to tap into Firebox to
He
clear
couldn't get rid of
eh?
that nade.
Remember, Elige was tagged up in the middle of all this, so who's going to be able to put this in the bag for Liquid?
Little tag, any gap. Will he take one through the smoke? He's looking around, but they're playing to win here. They want to get that bomb down safely. Ticket's wide open. Elige will walk the flank, which gives them time to get organized. How creative can they get? NertZ has a molly right here. They're saving that.
Should land on Snappi. That's going to burn him out.
It's a little early. Elige isn't at the top of Palace yet. Oh, and that kill comes out.
Snappy's given a reposition. Second CT takes the duel, cleans him up, and then the Palace player lurks right on out. So still 2 up for Liquid to win this. 3v5 attempt, if I'm not mistaken, from NiP. But a 3-round game is Liquid winning back-to-back CT rounds now.
Yeah, they have really climbed back into it all of a sudden.
For the first 5, all NiP off that second pistol win, so kind of did the majority of their work.
Finally, the money's at 0 after this buy for Ninjas.
Liquid have successfully chewed through the fat. Fully blind those NertZ out middle. Oh, just trying to find refuge. Luckily for him, nobody underpass for the attackers. And he's gonna double right into Cairn. Never mind. Apartments player's gonna nab on the side of the smoke, and NiP make absolute mincemeat of Liquid here in the first 25 seconds.
How did this go so wrong? It felt like NertZ getting away was just a lucky moment that saves the round, and then instead they just keep running up Cat, get a kill into connector, another guy gets confused, NertZ still dies pushing through underpass. But I guess that's just what NiP have done. Never let him get comfortable.
Ooh. Finding Kaspersky's back turn means 1 kill at least, but so much time still for NiP.
It's actually quite lurky, though, for no info to move off of that. It should be fine, but you know what? Now they lose another. A molly to slow him down on the cat cross. They're trying to get by this. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit more sketchy than it might appear. Oh, now it's very sketchy.
30 seconds, bomb is down on catwalk. Somebody has to go back and get it.
They're chasing these kills, and NAF knows better than to fight this. He's actually running all the way away.
They are gonna have to wrap back. Oh, no way,
2 on 5.
And Team Liquid have whittled this down to just Cairn.
Oh no, is this
New
Budapest,
kid in the camp is gonna try to barrel towards that B site. Ultimate's got the cross covered, and a missed shot is gonna let that bomb go down. A little more life still for Cairn to be the savior. A 2v5 for Liquid to deny NiP their 12th.
Ultimate just making sure he can't cross the bench, but there's a 1v1. Oh,
Naf
it gets spotted.
Gets blasted off of the windowsill. Cairn knows that op is inside of the market, still hasn't been able to exit. Now he's able to jump out, front side peek. Cairn's got them both, he saves it.
Oh, he saves it and he gets map point. And he's hyped about it.
30 seconds, you had a player top stairs and one on bench. When he decides to run back and grab that bomb, loses his teammate in the meantime. What a Hail Mary sprint towards that B site, and what an unfortunate missed shot by Ultimate from Market.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate's a word for it for sure. And no guarantee with Nafly walking out that they could hunt down this kill. Nafly exposed himself before actually peeking. And wow, they shouldn't have won a 2v5 when it got to a 2-on-1. They had such good odds. Expectations obviously were probably through the roof right there. This game gets saved big time for Cairn because this is a spot where they finally would have had no money as well. The free round was coming up for NiP, or for Liquid. And instead, it's a Mag 7.
Top mid fight gives Elige 1, but you've got Elige dead in the opening duel. I think you take that if you're NiP. Five-round T-side for Liquid. Only 3 rounds since. I think it's going to be yet another disappointing loss on Mirage for Liquid.
Big wall bang on NertZ. Wait, the Mag 7, is this the right gun? Oh, how did that not hit a
15 damage?
15 damage? What?
That's all you get. Snappi's gonna burn NertZ inside of the marketplace as well somehow. Missed wind, missed smoke there, makes this very weird, but still Wrinkle just gives the cover. If the lines are open, go ahead. It's not the prettiest round of CS, but it's a place to end it. Ultimate into the 1 versus 3. His position will be known. Shush goes for the deep apartments play.
No kit coming into the retake. Flash isn't great.
God damn. Same one. It's not pretty. Could still pull off the heroics. Incendiary over towards the back of site. Ultimate just looking for a thread to pull on, but nobody's going to give him that shot. And as he works up to the bomb, he gets on it, and the moment he does, he taps it for Shush to just finish this. 13-8. NiP's T-side on Liquid's map pick leaves Liquid in tatters.
We're trading maps here at the Bounty, and I'll take this moment to say NiP, Snappi, I was not aware of your game on Mirage. Even Snappi's individual level right now was looking strong on this map.
Pajamas, and I think that, again, when considering that the stakes are a little bit lower here, Mo, I'm thinking NiP take Ancient and dispatch of Liquid a bounty tonight.
I'm not going to make a prediction. I actually have no confidence either way. I think both these teams have shown me that they can win this map.
Okay.
I know Liquid can win Ancient. I know Ninjas can win the series. So I'm at odds with myself. And
oh, how horrible.
Yeah, I mean, the fun part is I get to find out. I don't even have to actually make a decision. I can just watch and see. Who's going to give us the best CS right here on Ancient?
Watch, see, and commentate, hopefully. Fight outside of the donut for Shush. That one gets blasted away. See you later, says Ultimate. 5v4 bomb plant queued up for Liquid. Wrinkle's gonna just try to dive that.
Called out.
He'll die as bombs planted. The only thing that goes well here is Karen's kill through Temple, catching one on Big Box as well. He'll find a double in the pistol.
You have to love that HE timing. Blowing up their own smoke as they're pushing through.
Dominated. Now Snappi is going to go down empty-handed, and we get a majority alive Team Liquid to close this out. 3 after the fact.
That's the kind of countering you didn't get at the beginning of CS2. That's the stuff that you do now. Very specific moments, and right there on elbow, everyone's pushing that. I mean, if it's Na'Vi, they're running through it. Here, NiP, obviously so aggressive, and it's because if you get out on the right and left side, and it can just be a disaster to try to hold. You know, there's a guy on default. There could be a guy on the close wall by Donut, where Ultimate is. And so instead of letting the smoke decide, the nade also gets some damage.
Already out middle this round, Liquid. Not afraid to take some map control with a bit of a risk running through smoke, but they don't find anybody pressing 5-7s against that bottom mid smoke, so it's a lot of free space for the taking.
Yeah, mid's still very, I mean, this map is very mid-centric still. Hoping to see them keep trying to take it, and for NiP to fight back in the exact same spot.
Oops.
Oops.
Yikes.
Oh man, that's really rough.
Not ideal for
That's
Kaspersky.
just awful, unfortunately.
Desert Eagle behind it and Snappi. That's a big error for Kaspersky, and it's going to cost 3 bodies inside a cave.
It's crazy how much that impact that had. I mean, even if it landed in front of him, it would have been just fine. He went for a deep smoke. It just landed behind him, blocks anyone who could be helping him, makes it impossible for him to fall back without being seen. Like, that is just about as bad as it gets. A pixel of difference from delaying and losing the whole round.
Boy, nice shots, Ultimate.
Yeah, no
Okay.
deaths so far.
Little MP9 headshot meant to keep him on his toes. He doesn't mind. Sweaty, bro. Flashing into Shrek like that, Nafly.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
wild.
you. I see
Flashbang in my swamp.
I don't think so.
How would you say that in a Shrek voice? Flashbang.
A flashbang in my swamp, donkey! Something like that. I learned something from Hugo and Harry yesterday. They were also talking about Shrek for whatever reason, and it was that originally Shrek was supposed to have a Canadian accent.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's pretty insane.
It's pretty insane, eh?
Pretty insane, eh? Take it out down to the swamp for a rip, bud.
I wonder if it would still be the same timeless classic.
No, I think people would hate it. Beretta's in a 5-7. Sorry, NiP, that's all you get to play with. Caught out along the wall is Snappi, so unfortunately nothing really going their way on this B bomb site with just pistols. They'll have to wait until they get their guns, and luckily for NiP, that's next round. This one thrown to the wayside as Team Liquid have their way with the B bomb site. And if they can close out another round, no casualties.
Yeah, it's so much. It's
Been
so
a
much
great
to work
spot.
through. And that's what NiP were doing extremely well back on Mirage, was like rounds like this, getting 4 kills. And the Liege, will he be able to survive on 5 HP? He's got out of there. Can't even punish this one. Why give him anything?
Little USP dink makes Shuhei's life in danger. Yeah, that'll finish it off. Okay, that's Pretty dirty stuff from Wrinkle's pistol.
It's actually, that's a gun they get. Why give them anything?
Might come this way, right?
Trying to kill it, yeah. See how much of a bounce they get off of it. Should be.
He's climbing up for it right now, and he got it. So Galil will be saved by Wrinkle. Worth his efforts with that USP. First gun round of the Ninjas in Pajamas here in round 4.
That's 1 kill in 2 rounds.
That is 3 kills in 3 rounds. So 1 kill in 2 rounds. We took different routes, but we still got there.
Neither of them are wrong. You're not wrong, but you're close.
Uh-oh. In front of the Molotov, Kaspersky eats the flash. And Shuhei's gonna zone him into the wall.
Oh, more flashes, more flashes.
A sea of flashbangs out middle on the fallback.
Love that.
Karen's gonna get caught running towards the red room. It's just this one frag so far from Shush. And he almost gets a lineup mow down, but ultimately Elise survives that test with his second frag of the round. Man advantage given to Liquid off of that one. They're gonna blanket the bomb site with smoke and go for their plan.
Let's see what they can do here. Snappi, does he get anything through the smoke? That would give him a chance. But they're already at safety, and Wrinkle's got an op to save. I'm saying, man, the only thing missing from just like better and better mid takes is just more and more flashbangs. Essentially, every time we see any level, like top level team trying to take mid, it's just about who gets flashed last, right? Who runs out first. So everyone's flashes are going high and behind their teammates, so they don't even have to worry about dodging a flash when they go to take it, whether it's from the T or CT perspective. And right there, you just saw Liquid, just so many of them layered on top of each other. We saw back on Nuke, the double flash into control side. We saw the flashes on their execs on Mirage on A. Like, they have actually got that right now. So NiP are going to need an answer for that specific problem because there's going to be more mid takes just like this one.
I remember as Ancient kind of evolved, how it started with like there was 2 good waves of flashes, and then suddenly there was 3 good waves, and then 4 good waves, and I felt like we kind of stalled out for a little bit. That felt like 6 waves of flashbangs all of a sudden.
Yeah, it just felt like bonus ones when it felt like it was all done.
Activating free spins, everything. The lights on the machine are blaring.
Yeah.
The attendants are coming over.
They were in Vegas, not Ancient.
Free steak dinner. Formula 1 tickets. Everything Vegas has to offer. Thinking about it again, dropping mollies in front of it. Good run boost. And again, weaponizing Karen at the start of the round. That is what the desk were hoping to see.
Out.
And
that
unfortunately
flash.
for him, he doesn't get a fight.
Flash.
Eats 2 flashbangs. Full blind there. Karen still finds Shuhei. Does he find an escape? Because right now, ramp is ablaze.
Where'd this extra kill come from? Kaspersky. Oh, that was a moment. And actually, nice save, Karen. Very sharp. Second frag for him this round.
Flashing his way back into the safety of B, and that is a route he's allowed to take. Double stack inside of the A site for NiP in the meantime.
I would be surprised if they try to follow him because he was in a very push spot, which implies that his team aren't just in standard positions over here, but he has done a good job of moving around.
Down to 40 health
He's gonna
versus
keep pushing,
2.
though. Yeah, he is.
Caught off.
Got a little bit too curious, I guess. I mean, it was the movement that got him the kills in the first place.
Damn, NertZ wanted to check the flank real quick, but he's the bomb, so it's going to delay things.
So one way to lose.
Comes back over, commits to it. No
kind of love
pushes,
this plan.
obviously.
They go together back in a CT, but they believe that the CTs are coming from here.
In reality, Ninjas both coming in from middle.
They didn't make the cool move, unfortunately. They just battled the guy in CT.
Is it enough? Oh, little shoulder here for Elige, waiting for the gunfight. Oh, he wins the duel. Heads up.
Crazy.
Wrinkle's got the trade. Remember, NertZ Big health disadvantage, but the timing here, this wrap back around from the ramp, and the bomb is going to be perfectly planted. He's going to be concerned about every position except the one he came from. Smoke on bomb makes it weird, but caught before he can dive into it. NertZ goes around the world, and Elige holds things off just long enough for Liquid's flawless first half to keep going.
That was actually very cool from NertZ to plant there and go for the wrap on that side. Plant still for him. Roundabout way to get into the best post-plant position. Makes it look like it's CT's spawn, but obviously it'd be less confusing if NiP were actually coming from there. And this spray from Elige, man. That's what he does. Sprays like no other.
I think it's really a testament to how unpredictably NertZ played that round when the last CT alive clears every position he can. You know, has to go to the back of sight, takes a glance at ramp, comes back to short. Long could still be the... Like, you are at a loss, my friend. And thus far, all roads lead to Liquid round wins. Buyback for NiP.
That's where you should just go for mid again if you're Liquid and just see if NiP can even really stop you. Last time they just blew it open, that elbow smoke, took a peek out, and then came back in. Oh, missed that one.
Bit of an opportunity for ultimates left on the table.
Wow. Crazy risks being taken here to get some vision.
Ooh. Keeping the pressure on, but all this pressure and all this presence has put NiP in a place where they're going to stack this bomb site with 4 strong.
Yeah, but like they've totally vacated mid. They didn't leave anybody here. There's no one in window to watch this. They just have a gap that they're going to have to pay for later. Oh my gosh, the amount of times they peek this.
Next time ultimate goes in. Oh, okay, nice adjustment. Loses Elige beneath him, though. Bomb is sitting right next to him awkwardly. He starts to peel away. NertZ is going to find a lot of space, like we said.
Crazy
right?
how he got this. I mean, and they know how stacked it is over on B. Wait, this is so weird. He's lurking towards A, and they're pushing into B. Why would you do this at the same time?
Naf tries to walk this up.
I guess it's just a bait, but...
Gonna buy NertZ a guaranteed kill here on the bomb site, and the bomb can work its way over as close as it can get before he pulls the trigger on this, I suppose.
I guess, they've got the donut route open. No one's inside of window.
Snappi already in CT on this angle. Oh, NertZ nearly gives himself up for that. Snappi's gonna try to stop it from donut, but he's a second too late. He could dive the bomb.
Wrong
it's
side.
Covered. NertZ ends up getting the kill from the big box, and now Cairn has the recovery. Bomb planters dealt with.
They know where both of these remaining Ts are as well. Shuei's going for the push in the middle. This one's going to take a second. And NertZ has to stay alive now.
He's able to catch contact back sight. Shuhei decides not to go for that red room flank all the way around the world. Has to bite on this defuse attempt. Shuhei jiggles on it. Player pushing into him. Mid-spray was wrinkled. That's an easy pickup for Shuhei.
Wow.
And now he knows nobody's on the defuse. So fumbling on the retake. Shuhei is going to lock this one in from Donut, and it's a 6-round flawless T-side so far.
Oh, and Shuhei, chance to get this bomb down, but no. Cairn will stay alive, get the op shot, and bring it into the next round. This round had a lot of mistakes in terms of the micro. It was definitely losable for Liquid. Crazy shot here for Ultimate. This is CS2 for you. It's on the way down as well. That was a sub-tick flick. Beautiful stuff. I swear his mouse hit his chest the way he flicked like that. Oh, the amount of peaks here, the amount of shots Ultimate had. But the fact is, they never killed him, so...
Here comes the counter pick, right? He tries to play this 2 rounds in a row, but he's ready.
That wasn't safe, I don't think, from Wrinkle.
Snappi will recover it.
Nice.
Snappi wins the op duel. Let me show you how it's done, kid. Snappi's second frag of the map. xKacpersky, MP9 pressed against the fading smoke's going to be Shuhei's kill. And man advantage for Liquid, taking a look towards middle. The FAMAS is going to catch him off. Another player steps into Shush's crosshair, and that's 2 down. But space taken again here by NertZ.
And this was unheard, right?
Should have been. There was nobody here on
He
A.
was going in donut, so Shush is watching this just in case of an A lurk. What's crazy interesting, though, is with the route, NertZ can come back and clear it, and he gets to see Shuhei first, but Shush 3 frags with this FAMAS.
All the advantage in the world there for NertZ, not enough. Elige is going to step out. He'll kill Shush, but at 87 damage, Shush has had a hell of a round. 3 frags secured, plus that 87 tag on Elige. Massive moment for Shush to secure NiP's first.
Yeah, both kills in middle. From the low ground as well. From a 4-on-5 situation. Nice peek out of Snappi.
It's great. It's just great firing with the FAMAS. Great adjustment. Couldn't have really asked for a better round at a Shush, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's how they net themselves their first.
Three timeouts already burned this game. 6-1. I like that Liquid take it now. That one would be kind of a tilter a little bit, just by like, okay, we probably should have won. It was another really good start. Now refragging a FAMAS is always going to feel bad. But also a reminder, they don't have to think about it that much.
Just wind up.
They're showing like another level of Ancient compared to NiP's right now. Kaspersky's not having a good time in cave. They don't know how to hold mid. It gets taken from them early, mid, and late rounds. And NertZ's lurks are all just getting way too much value.
Gonna charge through that smoke, huh? Molotov, rather. Straight through the flames. Taking the damage. Snappi cutting down 1. And so a bit of footing here, but remember, MAC-10's in hand for the majority of Liquid. They just want this bomb plant at least. Hope they can hang on to the post plant. Navli burned down to 30. And NertZ just tries to walk through. Insane.
That's so crazy.
How many players did you expect to be back there? Because even 2 could have just waited for you to make a move. This time they do flash, makes a difference. Then Snappi extends without the flash and confirms everybody's back there waiting. And NiP just kind of given the cleanup here on the B site.
They didn't flash, right? Didn't hear anything.
I didn't see it, hear it, feel it, smell it, taste it.
Twist it.
Pop it. No, didn't see one for NertZ.
They didn't clear this wall.
Are we wrong? No, we're not wrong. It's just NertZ running through. And there was a second flash, actually, for him to try to take a deeper peek, but nobody blinded by it. So NertZ ahead of the flashes. Shuhei supported by them, and
well, they tried to go hard off a tack pause with a rush. That's all their money. You can buy next round, but not much coming into this.
As if Snappi is going to fall for that.
Yeah.
Oof. See ya. Lack of Kevlar here is going to hurt Liquid, surely. MP9 thrives for the first 2. But Naf still has something to say in this round, and it's Snappi to pick up the position inside of Cave. Eagle spotted over towards the ramp. Snappi happy to take the duel, deal with that, and go 4 versus 2 over Liquid now.
Oh. Snappi goes a little wide, loses his life. That shot's good from Wrinkle on the fallback. Phew. And another dink as a parting gift, but that's a bounce back from NiP. They get 3 now on the CT side off of that Shush FAMAS round.
That's what they were kind of waiting for this whole half. One big pop-off moment. Well, Shush delivered it, and NiP don't waste the opportunity. Not the first half where NiP kind of get a late game resurgence. Think back to Snappi's multi-frags on Mirage. Here we go, clash set for middle again. NertZ recovering vision, but Shush, it's a good fast boost. And Karen's gonna fall back through Donut as Elige picks up the position in middle instead. And that bomb sitting on ultimate back on elbow. Him, Shuhei, Elige, all working out middle while Naf goes passive on B. They smoke Donut and deep molly through Red Room as this rotation from NiP comes back to hold it.
Spots like this, you actually don't need that much utility. It really just comes down to how effective these lurks are going to be. It looks like Elige wants to... Maybe he's picked the perfect angle, actually, to not move. Instant headshot, and doesn't bait anything out. Wondering, oh, the shot comes in, but no damage at all.
Yep. That would have been one of those critical ones for Wrinkle to land.
Yeah, and he wants to get it back now.
Trying to stick around and trying to recover it, but looks like Alicia's dodged him for now. Kaspersky takes a dink, but only for 33 damage. That kind of baits Shuhei in and gave Kaspersky a chance at the multi-frag. Wrinkle now clipping Nap, creeping up the ramp. And as he turns attention to Cave, smoke will bloom in front of him.
And the molly as well. Yeah, you got to try to put a shot through this and see if you can get some damage in. But 39 HP for ultimate. Full-on retake now. We're talking about no smokes. 2 kits. An HE that could make a difference.
It's tough, though, to land that HE on Ultimate here, playing this front wall. Thing is, right now, Ultimate's alone. If they make it happen, if they catch him, yes, looking both directions. He just considered short instead while Elige was absent. And so now, Elige tasked to the 1v2, confirms his position. Bomb is planted on this side. Wrinkle, down to 2 seconds. Elige, oh, he got him off, but he'll get back on with time, I believe. Easy. Gets right back on it, secures the 4th, and Elige scares him off the defuse, but takes a bullet to the brain.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, even just with that little bit of time left over, is calculated perfectly. I gotta say, I hate how disconnected Liquid look in all these 2v2s in general. Like, I think, you know, the reason that NertZ goes in with Elige earlier kind of goes unnoticed or unsuspected is because it's like, how did he spent so much time away from him? And then in this same situation, it's Elige they don't expect, but Ultimate's watching 2 sides of this flank. It's almost like they don't really have a set plan for that situation.
Now Karen just gonna slam the M4 into elbow. And Ninjas in Pajamas in a very real recovery. This was a 6-0 start for Liquid.
It could be a huge day for NiP. Make this bounce back happen. They'll be over the moon.
That lead has evaporated. Molotov perfectly placed. Shuhei gonna try to jump out late. Done for.
He smoked it and then jumped out.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't think his smoke.
I don't know.
Wow.
Leads him to the slaughter. Now Karen's gonna play it safe. Karen up to an 11-5 scoreline here, having a great map. Driving force off of Shush's 3K with the FAMAS. Not wasting the opportunity to shine here in his bounty debut. Wrinkle taking an op shot as Bombsight does get wrapped up by Liquid. Naf falls back into Donut. He's going to be the anchor in this moment. A duel towards middle that he kind of gives up, and he'll be clipped by Snappi's retake out through Temple. If only Ultimate had more than 4 health to work with. His temporary smoke dissipates. Coverage offered. Kaspersky doesn't even need to see him to kill him. And that is now 5 straight for NiP as they try to tie up this half.
It's real classy. Again, off that FAMAS hero round, they have not looked back. Nothing but wins here for NiP. Super solid composure, playing their game, and now they're even winning in middle. That's just not something I thought we'd see in this game. Liking Karn on these aggressive moves, absolutely. Here's where it gets real frustrating for Liquid. They were thinking about a 9-3 half, and now best case 7.
Ooh, thought NertZ was just trying to set up Shuhei, but instead he just walks around it and gets the headshot. Wrinkle's gonna put him down fast.
That was tough. Had to dodge the flash.
Lige tries to find timing on the walkout, but you've got Wrinkle's scope on the hunt. Kaspersky insta headshot onto NiP as well. Ultimate's got the rapid answer back, but this push from Snappi's perfect to deny the bomb plant. And there's that Wrinkle cover.
Wow,
Wrinkle for 3 inside of this round. Excellently done. Doesn't miss a shot and doesn't miss the opportunity to drive this NiP comeback 6 rounds deep.
A triple out of Molodoi prowling the street.
He's not warming up. He's hunting.
It's just a fluke. You can't drop 30 like that every match.
What possessed God in heaven to make a player like Molodoi?
God did not make Molodoi. I made him.
You trained him, right?
I teach this kid everything. Discipline, positioning, grenade lineups. He's ignoring it all.
You wanted to see me?
Come sit, Daniel.
I've seen your flashbangs. Did Fallen teach you nothing?
Utilities for people that miss.
That's not game sense, bro. That's madness.
Madness? No, confidence.
He's not blinking. I don't think he's blinked since he walked in.
Look, Daniel, the teams out there, they know you're dangerous. They're planning around you. They don't want to end up in another highlight reel from you.
If they don't want it to be in highlight reel, they're gonna need one thing.
And what's that?
Disconnect.
He's so intense.
You think you can keep this up every single match?
They can't stop me.
You remind me of me. Just younger, TikTok generation. A little bit less patient, but still very good. You can't coach that. You can only survive it.
Stop trying to coach me. Start following my calls.
Ha, be careful. Last time I said it, they made me an IGL.
Is this how roster changes happen?
Just when you thought they'd have it in the bag, Team Liquid let NiP back into this game with a 6-round streak. And honestly, stellar defense. You start getting Wrinkle hitting all these op shots, and also Karen kind of unleashed inside of middle. We saw him press up into the cave plays. We saw him press down into the elbow side of mid, and ultimately walks away with a very impressive half for NiP's newest piece.
Yes, he does. We haven't seen like big mistakes or anything like that. Just some really good impact, to be honest. And a lot of energy as well with the pop-off. So that's a cool addition to the team.
Utility set outside of the B site here from Snappi, but we've also still got another Molotov and smoke over for A instead. Still 2 defenders in position. Ultimate smoke thrown down towards main as NertZ clips the head off one. That's that Snappi lurk dealt with. They're going to try to hold on to the A main side, and those Berettas only get 1. Between the 2 defenders here on A site, 1 frag versus NiP. And then inside of that CT lane, it's NAF to get the edge. Bomb planted. Wrinkle moving back at 35 HP, and A main belongs to NertZ.
Yeah, we'll see how he takes this peek. Oh,
timing's good for him.
Yeah, very.
He'll slay Shush with back turned. Wrinkle, same thing, has to react to the other side of it. So Team Liquid, they've got the protocol in place to pick up the second pistol win of this map. And all goes well once they put that smoke on main and just tuck their Berettas into the cubby.
It's pretty key. Yeah, they have to leave that first half behind them, which we know sometimes can be hard for Team Liquid. For NiP, they got to take another breath because they worked so hard to get tied up. This is a promising pistol as well. And they got that first kill on Elige. But I feel like the motivation's got to be high after seeing what they just accomplished to get to this point. This game was looking like it wasn't going to be competitive at all.
Remember that constant force war that Ninjas started back on Mirage? Well, they'll try it again. They've been very successful at keeping the pressure on Liquid with these kinds of buys tonight. Liquid, no strangers to a mistake or two. It's a recipe for disaster in a round like this. Really just offering over a lot of opportunity for Liquid to take that front of Cave, to take the bottom of the B ramp, but there's no real movement like that from the Liquid side.
It's like there's a lot of pressure on NertZ. They actually have forewent all these nades. They're just going to walk it up, and they get spotted. And now NertZ will move into fallback protocols. We'll see if NiP want to change it up or not.
Packs on the move still.
Yeah, they do.
2 smokes and a Molotov hung onto. Again, rotating back into a portion of the map that they've had no control of since the start. Kaspersky never took a step beyond those double doors before falling back into middle, but they're still content to go with this reroute. Falls down to 30 seconds, and there is no smoke or incendiary to be thrown here in front of Cave. So Shuhei takes a peek into it to confirm, and now that second volley of util does come out from NiP. They've bought the right amount of time, but Naf will still have vision. His rotate right next to him is working with the M4. That bomb is going to have to cross. Down comes the last piece needed to try to get this bomb down. Naf attempting to dive the bomb site, can't cancel the plant, but he will still pick up 2 frags in this. Man advantage lost instantly.
Oh, do they think that Snappi could be this close?
Puts the Tech 9 up against the smoke. He's got 2 players right in front. Elige tiptoeing into it. Okay, that's awkward for Snappi. Survives longer than he should. And so NertZ into the 1v2 denied. NiP rotating blindly towards a B site with no control, but the perfect amount of utility and the right amount of time.
I mean, I love this round from NiP for so many reasons. I mean, the way that they use their utility, they changed their idea 3 times. They didn't initially take over mid with nades when they saw they didn't have to. They didn't commit to Donut when they pushed everyone back, and they loosened the grip on Liquid over on B without actually having to risk anybody's life when they went to take it. And then by the time they went into their B exec, which again, their third idea, they had a full exec to go off of. Everything landed in the right spot with just enough time to plant. For Liquid, however, I feel like they were just such slaves to every single little move NiP were making, even though, remember, they're the ones who just won the last round.
Oh, doesn't even let him get back. Wallbang into the B bomb site for Kaspersky. Opens up an early wound here for Liquid. Elige is going to try to push that through A main. Good call. Good impact. Flushes the bomb towards Cave, but they'll quickly cut through Shuhei, no problem. It's a 5-7 and a deagle on the other side of this Cave. And Elige very quickly right back into that A bomb site. So a vacuum of empty space behind NiP. They've got all the time in the world, the gun advantage and man advantage to make sure that this flank doesn't cost them. And again, we've already seen an example of them changing ideas, not being stubborn about how they start these rounds. So pushing into the SMG again, chance for Elige to go huge!
Come on!
What? Oh, yes, sir! Ace for Elige! All 5 from the flank to the rock-solid donut holds.
A 4K with a UMP. That's a first of the year. Was that all 5 with that gun?
Flank from the
No way.
Right here for the first. 4-man hold.
That's crazy. Okay, so what kind of records are we breaking here? UMP Ace, first of 2026. Might be the first of his career. Might be the first in Liquid history. Might be the first in CS2 history. Might be the first on Ancient. Let's see how many boxes we can check off on that. B-Trams, where are you at?
Wow.
First in Poland's history, who knows?
Gotta say, since the MP9 nerf, there's been a lot of talk about which SMGs would take over, and everybody's got a strong opinion and a favorite gun. Well, I've seen Elige swing that ump a few times, and it's never looked so good. Hot damn.
That gun doesn't have enough bullets to do that. That's the one thing about it.
Guess it depends on who you are and how you use it. That is what Liquid need to try to get back into this game. That wipes away all of the negative energy from losing the 6 rounds in the first half.
Yeah.
Right? You need something that's just going to kind of springboard you back into a positive place. That's the moment, especially for Elige himself, who can get bogged down. Now Kaspersky catching NertZ through smoke makes it weird. Elige continues to try to take things into his own hands, and Naf is going to catch one with the frag while Wrinkle's getting wrapped inside of Donut. Shuhei and him both in here, done.
I didn't even know they were sharing a wall right here. And Elige is getting active. Another 2 frags from him with the push through the smoke. They kept the pressure high. We'll see if that's their version of the Shush FAMAS 390 damage round. Mega tilt. Broke. Embarrassed.
Kaspersky wants to be the hero, comes in with the Kevlar Galil.
Is he ever going to buy another SMG after that? Is there a reason to? What's the MP9 done for you lately?
That's what I'm saying.
2 kills?
Mm-hmm.
A clutch? A 1v1?
Maybe a jumping headshot here and there. But you want to be that guy? You want to be the guy that goes for jumping headshots?
Yeah.
Or you want to be Jonathan Jablanowski?
You want to be remembered.
25 bullet, 4K mowdown. Damn. It's crazy as we're not in the team speak, we're not in the server. I can feel the change of energy within Team Liquid. You know what I mean? It's out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the ethereal that is a game of CS. You can all feel it from home.
Come on.
Nafly 4K right after.
What?
They stomp on the attempts of NiP to get out through the double doors.
And what? Just suddenly feels like the entire everything's just shifted.
Tell me you can't taste it.
I can smell it.
It's in that Maltese sea breeze. It's right there on the tip of your tongue.
What? Nafly gets a lower third after the UMP round?
Yeah, right.
For a 4K spray down on Eco? Okay. Where are the bald eagles at?
Moses? I think he's at home playing with his magic cards.
I think his room just got a little brighter.
It's because he's glowing after that round.
A human light bulb.
Can't write off Ninjas though. They already clawed back from a 6-0 start for Liquid.
We're talking about the Liquid story now. I'm sorry.
Yeah? Okay. Keep spinning that plate. All it takes is one mistake and everything's flipped back upside down.
You're just putting some real bad vibes out there, man.
Trying to keep it balanced, man. That's life. And I've also just seen some good, promising decisions from Ninjas throughout this, right? The moments where they keep the right amount of grenades. They've really played, I think, a T side that's had options. Mm-hmm. Each round's had options.
Yeah, there's too much respect from Liquid on their second round of this half. They still want to play like they're winning.
Liquid start to feel the need to get active, so we're going to get this B ramp push. Here it comes, another test for Elige. He's happy to step up to the plate. Shush is going to send bullets back through smoke to clip him. Ultimate can't afford to miss this. Players allowed to cross over. Now he's going to get dangerously close and a good jump to put Ultimate off kilter. Down he goes. Shush to be the difference again. Remember who kick-started the first half's comeback. 3.5 frags out of Shush's FAMAS got this game started for NiP. Now a tough retake for NertZ at 27 health to try to push through A main, caught by Wrinkle. And all of a sudden, Team Liquid will be gunning for a save.
Yeah, they just walk away. Ultimate's put himself in a spot where you said he must hit it, and that was just a fact. He also didn't have to play that aggressively if he thought he was going to line up a hard shot. Didn't shoot on his first opportunity. Didn't have a chance on his second, or, you know, would have had to hit a really hard flick. And so, as this round plays out, it's Elige to get 1 kill. Nothing else from anyone else here for Liquid. NiP know how to conjure up this map control.
Karen dodging flashes out middle. Elige trying to take the fight to join up with Shuhei, so they pinch him. Doesn't even seem like Elige needed the help.
I mean, yeah, he's never trying today. Everything's just working.
But Shuhei still floating out over top of the climb up, and Ultimate's gonna clip Wrinkle's wings. Kaspersky's got the response in the 3v5, trying to roll that momentum through Cave, and he's doing it well. Takes only a quarter damage for his 2 frags. And you know Elige was floating out middle at some point.
And he's still peeking.
You gotta be careful about the approach, but I think the trajectory of the smoke here is gonna tell him what he wants. It's Elige back towards Red Room, or at least one of the CTs is.
Unless they wrap back through CT, he's just going to play active, spotting for the full wrap back. Says, hey, to my teammates, you guys play within the site. I'm trusting you to get a couple of kills here. I have so much info for you. And he's playing this aggressively because he's playing so well, but won't be able to stop this directly. Oh my gosh, Ultimate.
Can't afford those.
That was a stinker.
NertZ is trying to save this. Bomb down in front of him. Shush just tiptoes in. Shush with another couple of critical kills. It's Elige into the clutch. Kaspersky to the cover. Is going to blindside him with that crawl out from the cover. And so, what do you know? NiP cut that lead down to only 1 round now.
It's just that Ultimate's participating in fights twice now, that he could take easier fights. He could just hit a shot, and he's not done that, and they're both game winners. So, unfortunately, got to count that up. This is really nice from Kaspersky to get those 2 kills. Can't believe he denied the trade from Nafly as well. But these are layups here for an Ultimate.
Should be a free 10th for NiP. Empty B bomb site, prime for the taking. Ninja's about to find this one vacant. Listen, Shush doesn't have the most amount of kills, but 2 very critical rounds, right? The 3K FAMAS, and then also that double entry into the A bomb site when he jumps past Roll and Zop.
That's Shush.
All Shush. 12 and 15 otherwise, but it's quality, not quantity, with his impact in this decider map.
You know, one thing about the way that Elige played in these this last round, for example, actively spotting in mid is pretty aggressive, especially after Kaspersky gets his 2K and he's alone. And he takes this risk because he's playing so well. He's playing what he would call his A game. So he's taking a position that's aggressive, it's info-based, it's going to be aim-heavy, but he's going to win these fights because he is doing that right now. Then you take Ultimate, who's playing like a C game right now, but he's taking the same risks as Elish.
Right.
He's playing very aggressively, but then he's taking an open line, missing the shot, but not just missing, losing the round at the same time after he dies.
Fast move, holy hell. Snappi already inside of the cave. Forces this utility to get dropped by Shuhei. Shuhei's feeling the squeeze right now, and Wrinkle's gonna find him through the smoke spam. Great zoning out of Snappi, simply just throwing his body in that direction, gets Shuhei to play in an uncomfortable spot. It's exactly where NiP pick up man advantage.
And they can put these spams down, put a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of space left in the B site. And the CTs are just like, well, we have to stay here and defend just in case. And NertZ's going to throw a smoke to fall back. They're running through it. And they get through it. Oh, jumping Mac 10 headshot. And there will not be a retake on this round.
Can't do that.
We haven't seen it yet.
Snappi sends the Mac 10 forward, and that's going to be NiP with the lead here, folks. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
I think it's important to bring up actually the VRS forecast for this one too, because Liquid's stock rose after their, bit of major success. Just a couple of wins there kind of gave them a little boost, and it's going to be NiP to continue building the momentum off of their Budapest run where they obviously won more, but we have to think like Ninjas were the prime example of a team that had to eat shit because of VRS. Like, it got sent into the depths of it all.
Yeah.
And, Snappi was frustrated about CS2, and Snappi was frustrated about the system and grinding all these events, going to North America for Fragadelphia's, the kinds of grind that we had never even seen before for European orgs like NiP. This is a victory that's going to put them 16th in the rankings.
Yeah, they'd already
looking at a world where NiP are a top 15 team in the world, knocking on the door of top 10.
Yeah.
That's a recovery that I think a lot of people didn't know whether it could or would ever happen again.
At Budapest, we saw NiP are way better than their rank, and they actually have a team that's going to be solid, and they made a surprise move. I mean, they didn't even have Karen when they played at the major, and it was, of all the teams that we expected to make roster moves, it didn't feel like NiP was going to be one, to be honest. So last timeout's being called here for Liquid. It's a curtain call here. 11-10 now. Ninjas, they're feeling great. Their T-side's looking super solid, fundamentally speaking. Liquid just like emotionally got such a big win with that UMP ace. When they won that round, how they won that round. They followed up with a round win. And in spite of all that, Ninja still crawled back into it. Still more mistakes. Unfortunately, Ultimate hasn't turned this into momentum. We've got 1 or 2 op kills since then, but the important spots that he's died in, they're just screaming at you in some of these spots. So it's all or nothing now. Oh, and to defend against map point, look what we've got.
Yeah, they're going to be playing for overtime instead. If Elish had an umph, then maybe I'd believe. But a 5-7 shouldn't cut it. Karen gonna fall as Elish will collect one at least. But even then, Karen still kills one in middle. This bottom mid pressure is kind of
crazy.
Away the NiP elbow presence. Okay,
yeah.
NertZ finds one as well.
They won mid with 2 pistols.
Yep.
And they are up players and they're just hanging out. Ooh, a late smoke. As they leave mid. They're a gun to grab here for Shuhei, and does he get spammed? Oh, just a Mac 10.
It's weird, man. These kinds of rounds have actually been some of the better ones for Liquid throughout this series. We go back to their struggle in previous maps. It was half-buys that were working on Nuke in the second half.
So much tag damage through those walls. Oh, he got it. A headshot in the end.
Big commitment there from Wrinkle. Look at the health left over on Elish and NertZ. It's a great kickoff from the 5-7's bottom middle, but it leaves them wounded versus fully HP'd, fully armed NiP players.
Just love to use the wall bangs. If they want to go back to mid, NertZ is going to try to catch them. At a certain point, NertZ will start pushing.
But how? What are you going to do?
Oh,
he picks up the smoke. I mean, that could be a way to block them in.
They're forgetting about it.
Back turned. Back turned to him. He is going to slip the net. He is going to walk right up and press this barrel to the back of their heads. 2 players. Okay. It almost doesn't go well, but he's still able to find one. A tap over towards Shush.
A nade.
Gonna stop Wrinkle in his tracks for a second. 10 to the clock, taps it once, and they will steal 11.
Crazy.
Another light buy for Liquid.
It's perfectly timed here from NertZ, who doesn't speed up the flank too early. And NiP, of all the rounds that they played that were so good here on T side, this is another one that they lose. And now we're adding this to the round with the UMP ace as well. It's just a series of tragedies here. Such a good attempt to try to recover this. All the spam damage in after going low numbers down. How they lost mid is a bit of a mystery. Well, maybe not with Elige, you know, guaranteeing he's going to get 1 kill every round. I think that's something that we've seen. Doesn't matter what gun.
Kaspersky wants the challenge. Instead, it's going to come barreling through elbow. Karen was good for 1 last round. He knows you're locked into the cubby here. NertZ up close. His first victim. But Elige gets the trade back. Down to 16 health. Elige's double kills key. NiP from the red room keeps this even. Caught in the bottom middle, but fine by Snappi.
And it's redemption here for Ultimate if he can pull this off. A 1-on-2. The bomb's not yet planted. He's going to make it over to this side of the map. He's got an op that he could trade out for a rifle if he wants to, or if he doesn't want to make noise, he could try to do this the hard way.
Walking in through Donut with that op. It's going to be a free fallback. T's both split. Shush playing inside of the smoke. Whoa, my goodness. He's crossed those paths.
If he doesn't think about this moment, and he is.
He's going to consider it, but tuck back around the corner. Shush just got into position. And the fact that Snappi's playing so deep inside of main, this is going to buy critical amounts of time off the clock for NiP. He tiptoes in and gets blasted. NiP take 12.
Wow, they pulled it off. That's a 2K again from Elige inside of middle. And NiP still run over them.
Elige left standing, 25 kills, 17 deaths here on the decider. He's been the bane of NiP out middle. But if he's getting kills early, unfortunately not standing for the clutch. And Snappi's duel versus NiP here's key. Takes the man advantage, cuts off the rotate for Ultimate. And Ultimate missing his timing. I mean, he goes for the smoke push. So
Hard one to figure out. Oh, they're rushing it.
They're going to try to finish this fast. NiP blasted out of it. Shuhei's MP9 collects. NiP remain adamant that they're just going to charge through, and Shuhei still working with the cover. He's got a teammate coming in from behind him. Karen's able to catch it. Elige is on the scene, and we go OT.
Oh, just like that.
NiP tried to rush this over the line.
All 3 of the last rounds that they've won have been with mixed buys. Liquid. They went to Value Village to get the guns for these rounds, and they still pulled it out.
It's at least 5 rounds across this series that have been like this. It's some of the better rounds that they had over in the first map when they were struggling to win gun rounds.
That's always a sign that you're too tight, you know? Like, you clearly have the individual skill, but you're playing so strict, you're getting confused, or you're just not... You're not thinking about winning, you're just thinking about playing safe. It's the biggest tell in this game.
Elige hanging on to A-site alone. It's NertZ and Shuhei again, staring at the elbow attack.
I mean, they have mid, you know, with NertZ and yeah, Shuhei up in this spot. Doubled up on Cave. They're really ready to defend against some kind of A-split.
Shuhei's duel first. Kaspersky catches NiP, pushing out through the cave there. NertZ still able to hang on, but that challenge is coming Shuhei's way, and it almost felt like he forgot about him.
Yes, well handled though. They didn't expect 3 CTs. Wow, I don't know how they knew so clearly that this is going to be an A-split, but every single player in this spot was ready for it. Even though it looked like it was just Elige by himself on that side of the map, they had everything covered to help him.
So NertZ is afforded a chance to tiptoe away back into Donut. Snappi's going to give chase to this. Him and Wrinkle versus 4. Bomb leading the charge into Donut, just announcing itself as it stomps through. And so Wrinkle's trade's good, but at 15 seconds, you've got Elige cemented in this bomb site.
There's no time to win this now.
Ultimate holds the line, won't miss that shot. 13th round secured by Liquid.
They're in the lead.
Believe it or not.
And also, kind of like the first round full rifles that they win straight up in years.
Ooh. Shuhei's just given the duel.
Had an extra second to get that spray in order, and he used it wisely.
Snappi thinking he can just chase through cave, but he's going to get blindsided. He's preoccupied with the opening. Not the prettiest one, but unexpected.
Get the job done.
Shuhei gets it over. Will burn out to a crisp. And a 3v5 recovery has begun for the Ninjas. Problem is they're getting corralled with that A main push out of Elige.
I love how Elige is being used in all these rounds, actually, just as a team. Him coming in on this flank. I mean,
nasty.
He's being used as a weapon. He's alone, but he's also being aggressive. He's being active, and they can overstack everything else.
Numbers strong inside of the site. Ultimate still floating towards CT spawn. The NertZ here to secure it. Gets popped by Wrinkle. Huge clutch attempt now. And still a separate duel versus NiP for the time being before Roland gets on the scene. NiP's going to just lock this in. Up to 20 frags himself now. Sitting inside of the bomb site, ready to go. And Team Liquid gunning for a flawless CT overtime half.
That would be weird if they got all 3. But, you know, with the money.
It's all been weird.
It's all been weird, yeah. Yeah. They got all 3 because of NiP's T-side up until this point. Besides really struggling to close those anti-force buys and everything. And maybe this is a NiP mental problem too. I don't know, you know.
Well, this is when we tap back into
They do
Budapest.
have that problem.
We discussed their shortcomings in Budapest specifically because of all the overtime losses. We said, well, it's no longer the major. It's no longer progression to the final stage.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it because it's not as serious as, you know, a major qualifying stage. It's just... It's their first event back after that with lots of time to think and, you know, expected them to start out really strong, but I mean, the symptoms are there. They're losing all the wrong rounds.
Exactly.
They're blowing leads.
I'm not going to say this hurts as badly as it
It's
would
overtime again.
Exactly. But they are there. You know, you had a player break to have that wound kind of scab over. Worst case scenario that after a 6-0, 6-6 comeback and plenty of chances in the second half, to just kind of break Liquid.
Okay.
You lose to far too many half buys, but now the rebuttal. Is it now? Elige, other ideas with the double headshot on Snappi.
30 kills. How many multis? How many openings? He's in donk mode right now.
Switches
one ace already.
And then as he gets into the cover, he's got a chance to get himself another. Frag grenade sails by him. This one is all Elige, baby. An ace again, as this A-site defense rock solid, not even a bomb plant in overtime for NiP.
Come on with this guy. That's his full strength. You see it on display right now. All the openings, all the multis, the aggressive lurks. This is 2019 Elige that we just saw this map.
And this time shows us how it's done, switching between the guns. Wow. Little flick to finish it off. And so have Liquid just played with your heartstrings tonight, allowing NiP to get back into that first half felt unbelievable. Almost as unbelievable as a clean sweep in overtime. 3-0. 1 round from victory. But opening damage that favors NiP on both NertZ and Shuhei. Big commitment to duel for this cave, and eventually it catches up to NertZ. Kaspersky's wanting more out of this, and he's gonna catch Shuhei awkwardly with a grenade.
He gets away though.
Yo, yes, barely, but jumps back into the cover. And so 5v3 established here for NiP.
So it looks like it might not be a sweep, even though they're here to the T side. Karen gets another just to solidify it.
Double overtime now, just 2 rounds away.
Yeah.
Very convincing first round in OT for the CT side of Ninjas.
I mean, we got to see when the last time NiP won in overtime, because it wasn't December.
Quick moves again to try to scale beyond the cave. NertZ looking for cover. Flash is good. Keeps Karen locked in. It's Naf and Elige out mid. And this one they won't lose. Bomb's
Mr.
already going to go
Multi-kill.
sprinting towards the A site. Elige with a double to 34 frags. And so Team Liquid take the long road. That 6-0 start here on the Decider map had you believing in Team Liquid. NiP's attempts in Budapest to impress were real, but their 2026 will begin with a fumble. Snappi's got to believe in it, but now as he announces himself, you'll be found out by this donut player. Pinch is already set up, and he is done for. Liquid survive a test and a half. But can you truly believe in a setup that banks on so many half-buy wins, so many glorious moments from Jonathan Jablanowski? 2 aces tonight to make this happen. 16-13, map 3.
The North Americans are